We took like a week's absence from this, but we back now.
People tried to scam me, it was hilarious.
Yeah, people did try to scam Philippa. But yeah, we're ready to go and fight Price's goons, and then Price.
Yep. The gooniest of goons.
Now who
Hired goons.
am I gonna teach this this fly to?
Yep. We have voices.
Nice.
And I'm being weird and looking at possibly getting myself some different headphones.
What's that?
Try and get a Bluetooth set just for convenience.
We can just we can have Diesel be our flying buddy.
I'll just join it, yeah. Yeah, important things.
Sure. Yeah, goal is to beat Price and then hopefully beat Jasmine.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the headphones I'm looking at getting, I'm sort of basically looking at if we've got particular ones that would be good for me, so ones that don't necessarily just sit in the air and things like that.
Yeah, ones that sit in the air are a real pain in my ass. Fun fact, do you know why the Lake of Rage is like a fly option? Because it used to be like a whole town there, and they removed it.
Yeah, with a lake.
Yeah, there was a town with a lake. Now there's just a lake.
I like it still. It sort of adds immersion in there. But yeah.
I mean, I was unimmersed the second I realized, like, oh, I can only fly to, like, very specific spots. Okay.
Like, being able to fly to routes is good. So they continue to improve on this as time goes on.
When do they let you fly to routes?
From, I believe they started that in Alpha Omega.
Oh, with the big fly thing?
Not just that, you can like regular fly there as far as
I don't believe so. Anyway, off we go. Level cap is 31, so we really want to beat these guys before everybody hits level 32. I'll freeze you Pokemon so you can't do a thing. I should probably like take the time to look up what the fuck is Bryce's team, huh?
Possibly a good thing. Also,
Price's,
I found a thing that lets you track based on your user ID. So we'll check that, and I'll do it in the background.
What are you doing?
Well, headbutt trees.
Okay, weird.
Don't know why it is, but there it is.
Alright, well, this is a bad matchup. Let's just switch to Slosif. Yeah, because I'm like, Seal weirdly gets no water type moves, but does get ice type moves, and those are also a weakness to ground.
Yep.
Oh, I see. Just a big fat copycat, eh?
Yes.
Okay, no. Growling now occurs, which means we're not gonna get the two-shot. Annoying. Oh well, just use a confusion. Ah, quick claw procced twice in one battle. Okay, what else do we have? Dugong. I believe underleveled Dugong.
They'll treat their people terribly.
Oh god, that's just like fucking nothing. Let's just start cursing. Let's at least get up to like neutral attack, shall we? Which means like one more round of this.
Man, waterproofing electronics feels like such a dangerous enterprise.
Why's that?
Oh, how many people do you think then go and like wet their electronics
So it's not really the waterproofing itself that's dangerous, it's people being dumb.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's the true of everything.
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah, your headbutts are doing nothing.
Any kind of waterproofing then makes me feel like it would just be like, well, yeah, it's electronic. What did you expect? And they're like, but it's waterproof. Like, waterproof, not water invincible.
Well, proof does actually make that, so clearly it's not actually waterproofed. And another seal. I'm gonna keep track of like what kinds of Pokemon they use, because I think it's like, is it just Seal, and it's like Seal and fucking Swinub and maybe Jinx. How goes Trashman to Electric Boogaloo? Pretty good. We're trying to beat up Price. We're in that part of the game where I have to like squeeze out a bunch of gyms at once.
Gotta squeeze every gym.
Yeah. We just did a bunch of curse stacking here because they kept growling at us. I think the move Pokemon can use while frozen. Yes, I think it's any fire move.
I believe it's Flame Mail specifically they're referring to.
Not Sacred Fire?
I think Sacred Fire also does it, but Flame Wheel was designed, like, with that specific goal in mind.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's another fucking Dugong.
Have fun, boy!
Yep. Well, we can send out Mr. Fish, I guess.
Oh, Mr. Fish. So good, so good.
And they're growling again.
I always find it really weird when you order something online and it's instantly like, would you like, or like, put something in your trolley and it's like, how would you like a whole bunch more things in that category? And so, for example, I'm looking at headphones and it's like, I got one pair of headphones. What do you think? I have 15 ears or something?
It's just like autofill, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Algorithmic upselling.
Yeah.
Of course, it's another Dugong. There are hardly any ice Pokemon so far. It's true, there's not that many, although you'd think they could at least like shove in like Cloyster and that in there, I guess.
Sneasel, it's since it was
Delibird, maybe.
Delibird and
yeah, Sneasel I feel was like put in a fair bit last minute, you know?
It does feel a bit like that, doesn't it? In fact, I could probably look up that.
Because like no trainers use it except for your rival. It's good as a slippery floor. It's fun, isn't it? It's really not. But hey, we're not playing games here.
Really? I'm
playing a game right now. It's called Pokemon.
I'm playing a game called Laughing at Daniel.
So what do you got? You got Swinub.
Chocolate oranges.
Okay. Do not eat the delicious Swinub. Let's see.
It does look like half of a Terry's chocolate orange, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I guess Mr. Fish is still technically the correct move here. I don't think Swinub gets any like ground type stab either.
It gets I do believe it gets Earthquake later on and it has Ice Shard.
Oh wait, why'd I do that?
I don't know.
Surf is like super effective, duh. Oh well, it endured anyway, so this attack might as well not have happened.
Yep. Turns out
It endured the hit.
Could bite it just
yeah,
for
I'm just gonna
shits
bite
and
it.
giggles.
Eat it, just like Philippa wants to.
Eat it.
Where are we hungry? Okay, now we surf. Have a fun time in the drink, Swinub.
Are you thirsty? And this keeper say, oh, yep. Reading that comment. Yep.
Hardly any ice types. I mean, ice is like the most uncommon type. This gym is great. I love boarding with my Pokemon. It's almost as though like the fucking designers sort of only grudgingly wanted like to put it in there. Like, I guess we need something to counter Dragon, and I guess we can't make it water because that would make water super unbalanced.
Yeah, water's already pretty sweet or unbalanced.
Okay, they do actually have shelter in here. I take it back. Let's see. I don't really have anything. I guess I'll send out Explosive. Problem is, Shelter is just like real good defense. And can use ice type moves and can use water type moves. And that makes it pretty tricky for Nuzlocke. So we're just gonna Confusion here.
Okay. Let's see.
There we are. Oh, great. Well, you didn't have to, Stablus, but good job. I mean, Slosive. Stablus did nothing as usual. But, oh, yep, there's the Cloyster. Let's see how this does against Cloyster. Or maybe let's not, because he's getting supersonic. I wish I had some resistances that mattered. It seems quite underpowered as a type. It is quite underpowered as a type. You're correct about that. Like, having resistances that mattered would be nice. But Game Freak wasn't very good at balancing its types or making them, like, play the way you'd expect. So it's like rock and ice types that you'd think would be, like, you know, very strong defensively but weak offensively are instead the exact opposite of that.
Oh,
and then there's other things like electric, which is like, oh, that's a really good defensive type. The only reason it's good offensive is simply because, like, there's only 2 types that super affect water.
Yeah.
And there's shit tons of water types, so... Okay, let's just keep Dragon Raging until the cows come home, I guess.
Okay. They'll never come home because cows aren't in Pokemon. You've got cow Pokemon like Miltank and Tauros and Buffalant.
I'll tell you Price's secret.
He's into cows.
Hero Highness Price's power. He meditates under a waterfall daily to strengthen his mind and his body. It sounds like complete bullshit.
It usually is.
Don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
To everybody.
Alright, so who's our last one? You must have the Jinx then. Yeah, there's the Jinx. Jinx is actually pretty good.
I wonder if it crashed during or after this.
Let's send out Stanley because the rest of our dudes are a little injured. How do you take an Ice Punch, Stanley? Not super well. That's how Gym Leader meditates under a waterfall? That sounds like a death wish. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Let's try Hypnosis. Yes!
It gets even weirder when you, like, know that he does this in an ice area. Like, he'll seek out high mountains to do it.
Yeah, meditate under a waterfall is like a trope in Japan. I don't know why. Oh, I could have just headbutt this whole time. Oh well.
Well, it is theoretically to purify your soul. The rushing water blocks out outside influences, which means that it
yeah.
a more
the Iron Curtain. And Russian water.
But yes, yep, I figured that was your point. But yeah, literally, the truth of the matter is, he does it in a very icy climate. I
don't know how fucking icy it's meant to be around here, like, honestly.
I mean in the anime, like, he'll go up into the ice-covered mountains with his ice-type Pokemon to do this.
Well, that's anime canon. Who gives a fuck about that?
Yeah.
Anyway, we just gotta grind people up to, like, level 31 now. No big deal. No big deal.
Go into the middle, I say.
Nah, we already did that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to fight some Goldeen. Oh.
Level 15 Goldeen!
That is very sad. Let's just get you out of- oh, there's Tigger. He's trying to get in.
The little bastard. Wahahaha.
He's being persistent.
Well, he is a persistent little baby.
Alright, so that'll get Stablus, who we had at the front of the party the whole time. No, it didn't quite get him up there.
Oh no.
I was gonna say, like, wow, and that gym did not pay out as well as I thought it was going to.
No, it did not.
Ah, here's a fuck yeah Seaking.
Nice.
That'll be a lot easier to kill.
Why
or
is my
rather,
brain not? There it goes. I was looking for Lake of Rage in the thing I was doing, couldn't find it, and my brain was freaking rock out.
okay.
And I was like, but it's there. It's just there. Why?
I believe that Seaking, like, survived an attack.
Yep.
Crazy. Anyway. There we go, level 31. Oh boy, that cat.
He's a silly.
He just continues to meow.
Yep. It's pretty hilarious.
Alright, so Potato and Coffee are going to be the ones that take a while to level up because they didn't get any action there. And we'll probably not get any action in the gym either, but fuck it, I want to make sure just in case. In the first release of Pokemon Go, Seeking had 0 water moves. That's only one less than in the original Pokemon games where it had Waterfall and nothing else.
Yep.
And it got Waterfall at like level 47 or some shit.
Yeah, some ridiculous amount, and then it became an HM, and then it got weird.
Yeah, but it didn't stop having it.
Yeah, no, I think it kept it.
Yeah, that's why I said it didn't stop having it. Wow, Seeking, how fucking thick are you? I honestly thought you were much weaker than this.
Yeah. It was 39 specifically for Seeking himself.
In, Red and Blue?
Yep.
Okay, so there's a chance you'd get that before having Surf.
It's level 41 in Gold Silver.
Yeah.
And still,
No
it's
such
only
chance.
one move.
Like, you get... I think you get, like, level... I think you get Surf before you really hit level 20.
In Ruby Sapphire and above, he is supposed to have Water Sport before,
That's not a water move, and you know it.
yeah, I know. They give him Water Pulse from Diamond Pearl Platinum at level 17, so at least...
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, so the inspiration for this Trashlocke was a Nuzlocke I follow on the internet who goes by the name of Pokemon Challenges, and he actually edited, I think it was like Emerald version, and also Pokemon Leaf Green, basically to, instead of, basically exactly the same, right? Except the Pokemon that you can get are all terrible. Like, and he would put Pokemon in that were bad instead of the ones that were good. So, you know, like, instead of, say, your Pikachu encounter, you get, like, a Smeargle or something in certain areas. So...
Why?
So you could play a more challenging game without having to, like, up the, like, level and Pokemon of the enemy trainers.
Okay, cool. Weird as fuck, but cool.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? Still looking at Seeking and its trash.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even get to the point of the story, which was, for starters, he had the water starter be Goldeen, which is a trap, because Goldeen doesn't get any water moves until, like, level 47.
Oh.
Isn't Smeargle kind of OP? Depends.
Yeah.
Depends is the answer.
Honestly, what can you get on it?
If you can get the right stuff on it, its stats are terrible. If you can get the right stuff on it, you can kind of cheese through, but it's really hard to do.
Let's see, when did Goldeen
Well, let's say instead of Smeargle, let's just say Skitty.
Yeah, no, it wasn't until the Diamond Pearl days that you actually started getting any water moves.
That's why I remember it's like not until after Gen 3 that it gets water moves at any decent time, because...
And it only gets one of those. It literally gets water pulse.
Well, frankly, you don't need much until you're... I mean, it's like, if you get Goldeen at about the level it should be not bothering with Water Gun or Bubble anymore, right?
Yeah, and it's a level...
And then by the time you get it up to, like, the hardcore moves, it's like, okay, well, I have Surf now. I'm gonna teach it Surf.
Yeah.
That's a little weird, like, quirk of the water types. Doesn't really matter what their moveset's like, because they will all eventually get the best water move in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Jabus. Hey, Daniel, it sounds like you've got some hiccups there.
Ah, that was a trick. That's all a trick.
I see. But yeah.
Okay, level 31.
I have abused Smeargle to, like,
Learn
do
Body
breeding
Slam.
thing.
That's pretty good. We're gonna replace Headbutt with Body Slam.
Cool. That reminds me, once you've done this battle, please, for giving me the trainer ID.
Okay. What's this?
46318. Thank you. I'm gonna pop that.
I think Body Slam is now the stronger move. Although it's quite possible that, why was Potato ahead of Stablis? Oh well. It's possible that like Potato's attack is better than her attack.
Okay, sweet.
But yeah, like the free starters for reference were Goldeen, Sunken, and Slugma.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And like apparently the best one to take was Sunken.
Cool.
Because it actually had grass type moves and could therefore get past the first gym leader without relying on an encounter.
Did Slowpoke Well count for Azalea Town, or was it
That was Slowpoke Well.
Okay.
I think we did get one in Azalea Town anyway though.
Which was, yeah.
Like a Spearow, I think, that I accidentally killed.
Was that?
Yeah.
But anyway, now that I've got that, I've got a map that lets me guide you to the good trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, this is technically not cheating.
And,
That said, we don't have too many of these encounters left anyway.
yeah.
Plus, the time where I would have wanted a Heracross is kind of past. I'm like, in the late game now.
Yep.
Like anything past going to Sinwood is late game. It's a weird curve, this game. It's a weird fucking curve. The whole adventure's all fucking hit to shit. Like, it's hard to explain exactly, like, okay, so where are you exactly? What are you doing? How far into the game are you? And the answer is, further than you'd think, almost every time.
Okay, yeah, very true.
It has this big open area, and then it's like, okay, so not only are you now going to outlevel everything here, and your Pokemon aren't going to get enough experience either, but also it's like, because you got all these free things at once, like once you've knocked them all out, it's like, okay, that's basically the game over now. Like, you go to the fucking tower, you beat the Rockets, you beat Claire, you go to Victory Road, you win the game. Like, that's your itinerary from then on.
Yep.
That's the entirety of it.
Oh, yeesh, you can't even use this one for it.
Oh yeah?
So what I am, like, looking at is a map that, using your trainer ID, plots out, like, areas, like, it's got the pattern for,
Right.
for how it generates, whether the tree is rare, common, or basic.
Yeah.
And on at least one of the maps that I know you still haven't gone to yet, where you could possibly encounter a Pokemon.
I can't possibly encounter a Pokemon.
You couldn't encounter a Heracross because the rarity does not fall on those trees.
Yeah. Such is life. Headbutt mechanic's always a bit of a crapshoot anyway.
Yep. I'm having a look and seeing where else they might spawn.
I certainly wasn't relying on this shit.
Yep. So have you got one on the route between Mahogany and Lake of Rage?
Yes. I got a Giraffe Rig.
Oh, that's right.
And that'll be my replacement, I think, if anything happens to Explosive. It's nice to have a Psychic type, because you can get through, like, 2 of the, like, Elite Four and have a good time on a third, with a Psychic type.
What about the bit where you come out of, like, before you go into the mountain that connects this place with the other side?
It's the same route as this, and also I already, can't remember what I got here, but I got something here.
Fair.
Okay, Coffee is this close to, leveling up. And that'll be the hardest one. Then we only have, like, I think, Stanley and our Gyarados, whose name escapes me currently. Mr. Fish. That's his name.
My brain is like, who is Foxy Fivers?
I don't know who is Foxy
I'm
Fivers.
trying to work it out. It's somebody in our chat, so...
Okay. I'm not seeing anyone like that in our chat, but alright.
It's in,
I think I remember them, raiding us.
Yeah.
Are they the one that raided us?
Quite possibly.
We've had 2 raids so far.
Yeah.
Never the latest one. Alright, so Stanley is next, and it should be relatively smooth sailing. Stanley's like a surprisingly solid Pokemon, considering that there's like basically nothing that makes it stand out, but it's not terrible.
And it looks like, yeah, they're just somebody I've invited along so that they could enjoy the stream stuff.
Right. Because it's like, oh boy, yeah, that's not greatest XP. I'm like, considering, was I wrong to put Stanley even on the C's? Maybe it was a B after all? I knew it was a fairly high C. Something to consider.
Say that again?
Oh, I'm wondering whether I was wrong to put Stantler into the B's. Sorry, into the C's, and whatever it would have been more accurate to make it a B.
Well, up to you. I don't know.
I mean, it's worse than a lot of options, but it's also better than a lot of options. There's not too many dudes in those A's and B's and S's in this gen.
Since I don't know, like, what you're ranking to... Well, I assume...
I told you what I'm ranking by. Have you not been listening?
I mean, I know that you rank by,
Basically, it comes down to how well does this propel me into beating the champion. And yes, like, consistency accounts for a lot. Like, if you only show up at the very end, it's like, well, you'll only help me in that very last leg. It could be very helpful. But it's very hard not to get, like, a C past a certain point in the game. Because it's like, well, you've just basically run out of opportunities to help me. I still have to get all the way over to you.
Yeah. No, when I say that, I mean, like, some things I rate higher just based on damage output kind of thing, or versatility. But
those are things that can be accounted for in this, yes.
Yeah. But since I wasn't with you while you were doing those outliers, I don't know how, like, what your weighting factor for them is.
I guess.
But yeah. It's kind of like the scam thing, that either you notice the flaws and therefore you're invalid.
Well, Phil, but what would you rank it as then? Let's put that to you then.
Let's see.
Would you rank it as a B? Remember, I have literally, like, spelled out how you'd describe them in the rankings. With B being basic, you know, A is awesome, S is super good, C is can be useful, D is don't bother.
Standler, I'd say possibly could fall up into a B.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because, yeah, like...
I was like, maybe I was wrong. I've just hardly ever used it, and the times I did, I was kind of disappointed, but I was like, I'm not being disappointed now. It's perfectly respectable, even though there's not really much. Like, it does just normal damage. It has Hypnosis, that's basically its only move of note. But you can teach a Headbutt, you can teach a Return to get it through the end game.
Yeah. Just kind
It's got decent attack, it's got okay bulk. It's not the greatest bulk in the world, but it's not terrible. And it has fully evolved stats when you catch it. And again, like, your Pokemon won't probably be level 20 by then in the game as normally played. So, yeah, maybe this was a B, and I was wrong to have it on there as a C. But, oh well. It's definitely not going to be... I don't think I even came close to having it be a B in the remakes because it gets Intimidate.
Oh.
It says Intimidate.
Yeah. Intimidate kind of beats things.
Intimidate will, like, normally up you pretty hard.
Yeah.
Stand attack, I probably won't want to. No.
I'm glad you can exit out of that.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I've just never really used it that much. I guess I didn't really, like, note it down. I think I used it, like, one time and was, like, sort of like, it's a normal type, it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it doesn't really have anything at super effects, which...
It has nothing at super effects, although normal types do have the bonus of having few things that super effect it. Only one move type will super effect it. But there's only a few ones that it can't super effect.
Well, I'm more thinking of the ones that it doesn't super effect. It kind of cuts the damage quite heavily, sort of steel, rock, let's say Steel Rock
And Ghost. Ghost is the immunity.
Effect.
Yeah,
And
that's
those
them.
are kind of like.
But they're not super common apart from rock.
Doesn't it? Oh no, it's got neutral damage on fighting, doesn't it?
It's got neutral damage on everything other than what we just mentioned. So normal types aren't terrible, and they're often quite good for Nuzlocke when I'm trying to avoid like double weaknesses.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose they are what they say on the tin. They're normal.
Yeah. Like it's a type of convenience.
No. You know what you should have on? The Pokemon March.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was a bit late for that now. We've basically like completed our training here.
Your training is complete, sir.
And then once we beat Price, we're gonna go spelunking a bit.
Do you mean into the Whirl Islands?
Nope, not into the Whirl Islands. We're gonna be going into some caves we've already been in. And we're going to just sort of, you know, find the extra trainers there and fight them. You know, those guys.
Yeah.
That you have to fight or else, you know, you're kind of wasting
Valuable XP.
Valuable XP that you are very low on in this game.
Yeah. They did not do a good job of, like, putting up.
They didn't balance it well. Like,
yeah.
I'll admit, again, it's like, oh, they only had like a year or so to make it, but holy shit, it's unbalanced, man.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that it is quite unbalanced.
You can kind of tell where they stopped playtesting.
This was like one of my worst gens for a long time until Pokemon kind of
Tap the bed. Crash and burn.
Yeah.
Chat the bed.
Just started trash and burning.
Ugh. No, somebody was talking about how they found the version sort of idea kind of funny, and I was like, yeah, I find it kind of horribly exploitative.
Yeah, it's quite exploitative. Like, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, okay, for tradesies, it's fun. And then you realize, wait, no, they're just trying to get more money out of you.
Yeah, and then it gets up to current gen where you have to pay for 6 games in order to get...
Yeah, 6 games if you want to complete the Pokédex on your own.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look at this motherfucker. He's got ice types and normal types on the Seal. He's got the same on Dugong. And he's got the same on Piloswine. There is
held item.
Really not much going on here other than ice type moves. So, okay. And you're right, we don't have our
held items, yeah. I'm also finding it really funny that they got like water absorb, fire absorb, and thunder, electricity absorb, but they never created the equivalent for a while of those for like ice and stuff. I think there's now Sap Sipper, which does it for
yeah, for grass types.
I think that's the only other one that got it. Where you just absorb the incoming attack.
Okay, so for this one, I think honestly our best bet is to start with Coffee and just start rock sliding them to death for quite some time. As a kid, I didn't use rock types against this gym because I was like, well,
Better
2 water types, right?
Yeah.
No, it was like, no, two water types. Of course.
Yep.
Man, I love how I just sort of like did this by accident. As a kid, it took me a little while to figure out how to do this. But yeah, like 2 water types doesn't mean jack fucking dick. And if Coffee is still like kicking, by that time we'll try and take out the Piloswine with him, but then we can just switch to a water type, honestly, and make it easy. Pokemon have many experiences in their lives, just like we do. I too have seen and suffered much in my life. I mean, I am an ice type specialist.
Oh yeah.
His existence is suffering. Since I am your elder, let me show you what I mean. See, elder is English for senpai. I have been with Pokemon since before you were born. I do not lose easily. I, Price, the winter trainer, shall demonstrate my power. Well, good thing it's winter or else he wouldn't be able to fight us.
Yeah.
Well, you don't really get a lot of ice in this country in the wintertime. Maybe a bit of frost.
The baby continues.
See, I didn't even hear that one. Alright, rock slide. Let's see, how does Seal handle a rock slide?
Probably not.
Okay, but then it flinched. And I'm like, will a headbutt finish? Rock slide is 95, I think 95 base power.
Would be.
And it's times 1.5. Wait, is it 95 base power? I think it's like 75 base power. I can remember twice it hailed enough to be kind of like snow. I mean, there was real snow like one time. Fuck it, I'm gonna hit the rock slide.
Sorry, I should stop laughing at that. But I won't.
Fell down, bruised my ass.
Yeah. I should
Like
stop
my
laughing at
ass,
it.
gentlemen.
But I won't.
Okay. Oh shit, he just goes straight to Pile of Swine. Let me have a look. Pile of Swine. What's your spatak? Let's find out.
His stack is pretty good, I think.
I remember being poor.
Oh, I'm just thinking of his attack.
Yeah, his attack, which is going to be meaningless to me.
Yep.
So,
Fight me, bro.
yeah, I think we can just low kick here.
Yeah, he's a heavy boy.
Okay, missed. Reset the stat buffs. That's fine.
What stat buff?
Oh, wait, sorry. No, it protects against status effects. No, wait. What the fuck does missed do again?
One of those two things, and I forget which one is which. Because what's the other one? Haze?
Yeah, Haze is the one that, removes all status buffs and debuffs. I remember that. Oh, okay. We can't actually be... Wow, missed. By which I mean you missed.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll be switching.
Yes. Mr. Fish.
So protects against status changes, okay.
Yeah. Can't stop them, they've already happened. Good thing you're not a dragon, Mr. Fish.
I mean, he's a flying type.
Yeah, so
Same basic
if he was a flying dragon, he'd be... Oh!
Yeah, but if he was a water dragon, you know, he'd have basically no weaknesses. Alright, so we've finished you, but I may have made a miscalculation keeping coffee in, because now we're into the grind fest against this dugong. Let's hope that Mr. Fish's raw power can just see us through, huh?
I was thinking you were gonna bite it, see if you can get it to flinch.
Nah, man, our special attack is dog shit.
Oh yeah, and despite what I think,
You're living in a post-Gen 4 world,
I
Papa.
know, it's just because it's a bite. It's obviously physical.
Got turned to special for 2 generations. Okay. We didn't get into the horrible grind fest yet. Mr. Fish is good enough. Again, I'm like, I was still wondering whether that surf would finish the pile of swine, because I was like, Mr. Fish's attack is pretty poor.
He's a stacky boy.
His like attack is great, but and he has no stab for that.
Yep.
But all this, and he has no stab flying at all.
Yeah.
So I still maintain that in this and this only, he's a C.
Yep.
And this is the lowest grade he's ever going to get. This is the only time in one of these I'm going to be using Gyarados.
Yep.
Because it's going to be too good after this. I am impressed by your prowess. With your strong will, I know you will overcome all life's obstacles.
He looks like such a grumpy old fuck, doesn't he?
He looks like he's in a like, little sailor shit. It's stripy, you see.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, Glacier Badge, and we get Icy Winds.
Yep.
Which is not really worth keeping, so I might as well just use it right now if I can.
When did it get a hidden ability? Gyarados.
Gen 5, like most Pokemon.
You would bet.
Like, what were you expecting?
Well, I didn't know it had a hidden ability for one. In case you're wondering, it is Moxie.
Yeah, I know. It's Moxie. Like, that's the thing. And in competitive, people are like, okay, the Gyarados didn't intimidate me, that means it's Moxie.
Yeah.
That means they're going to try and... Can I be getting a phone call right now? No, I gotta beat Jasmine first.
Yeah.
I gotta beat Jasmine first.
And she is what?
Level 55, so we're gonna have to go and fight those guys and then probably do some more grinding out in the ocean.
Yep.
Before we get to fight Jasmine. And then we'll get that phone call. Pokemon are fully healed. Okay, cool.
Hey.
Alright, so we're just gonna switch you two fellas.
Big pardon, yawns.
Hey, get the fuck out of the way, Tubby. Alright. So, the first place we want to hit up is gonna be Ruins of Alph. There is one fight there.
Oh, yeah. Wait, aren't there two because of that extra, section where you have to go through and there's one trainer internal, one trainer external?
No, only one to my knowledge. You may be thinking of Union Cave. There's a lot of them in Union Cave. And then there's like... Wait, is there any fights in Slowpoke Well? I don't actually think.
Don't think there is in Slowpoke Well.
So we'll be giving that one a miss.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking cat.
Yeah. He is sad, boy.
He's like, let me in, let me in.
Man, that pattern though is cool.
What pattern?
So I'm looking at the pattern of,
Okay.
yeah. For those who can't see the thing I'm looking at the pattern of common and uncommon shit trees for where we were being. Doesn't seem to have them for the first towns, which I think means that they don't have them at all.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that makes me realize you could get the Mystic Water in Map Town.
In Oldale Town? Oh, not Oldale.
Yeah, the first.
Cherry Grove.
Yeah.
And the answer is yes, I can. Okay, now we want to say, nah, fuck all your ruins.
Fuck off, cat.
We're going surfing. Time to surf, baby. This is the wrong place to surf. Wrong place to surf.
Oh, perfect. But the Union Cave one that I might be thinking of is the one that leads out to the back of here?
Doesn't lead out to the back of here. It just leads around Union Cave.
Hmm.
Okay, so... yeah, this has got to be the way.
Another puzzle. Let's see.
Ah, shit. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm the wrong one here.
Maybe the Philipper is smarter than you think.
Oh, it's been fucking forever since I've been around these back roads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it, I guess we'll just, like, go down to Union Cave the,
old-fashioned way?
the old-fashioned way, because, frankly, it's a lot of hassle to move Pokemon around in this game.
Yes.
Alright, Potato. Slam jam this Rattata. See how much XP we get.
I'm gonna guess 12.
32.
20 off.
Might as well be nothing. Oh, fuck. Oh,
Yeah, you
fuck.
can't go behind trees in this one.
No, I can't do
Yeah.
that. Oh, I love how they have Zubat come out at night, though, on this
Yeah.
route, because there's a cave for them to live in. It is quite nice. It is a nice touch.
It's 56. 61. Closer.
I don't know why Zubat gives out so much more than Rattata, but okay.
Well, it was twice the level.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, it is level 4, so 32.
You're saying that because you saw the last one, the exact
Yes,
same, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't alter based on your level, just on theirs.
Okay. Here we are, away we go. Now we gotta do some surfing in here. Oh, we can't do surfing around there.
Yeah, I know. Disappointing.
Disappointed! That's another little Stabless.
He's a baby Stabless who's gonna get smushed by a potato.
Yep.
Potato's gonna potate. 79. Yeah. Hello, Geodude.
That's Geodude.
That's a level 6 Geodude.
Yeah, I'm still gonna body slam it.
If it doesn't work, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, not even Potato is that shitty on attack that it's gonna, like, not kill its
Kill level
six.
6, yep. God damn it.
Whenever you don't want the encounters.
Yep. Zubat, level 5. Guess it makes sense that the stronger ones would be outside the cave. And I believe it's that one there.
Actually, there's like multiple places we can go here.
Yeah, but I think the one where we're specifically getting some trainers is that one there.
There's multiple different places with trainers in here.
Okay.
There's like one in there, there's like one I think if you go surfing down that route. Not for the other one though, because I think that's just a shortcut.
Isn't there also a set of trainers inside the Mount Mortar? The cave between
No, there isn't.
Yeah, so you would have already
There's
fought
like
that.
one trainer, but he's at the I have not fought this dude.
Huh.
This is past the surfing area, Philippa.
Ah. Weird. My brain just assumes you've fought that dude already.
Nah, that ain't me.
Your potato is this strong.
Oh shoot, I picked the wrong move. Ah well. You get one leer off, that's it. We want to raise a leaf here, because Marowak is ground type. For some reason.
Spooky doesn't care.
Yeah.
He can no longer care because you killed him.
That's true, I killed him for foolishness.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know why Marowak is a ground type as opposed to a rock type. It's like, but bones are made out of rock, not dirt.
Maybe it feels more of like a zombie than anything to me, so...
It's not, though.
Yeah.
And that would make it a ghost type, besides.
Eh. A zombie? No, I said a zombie could be a ground type.
It could be, but it would definitely be a ghost type. It's me and my Pokemon, I'm delirious with joy. Okay, sure.
It's so weird that the Alolan one is like a ghost fire type.
Yeah, because the fire on there, you see.
Yeah.
Pokemon research. Big gold nerd here. Oh no, he's a Pokemaniac.
Yeah.
What do you got for me? Kangaskhan.
Oh yeah.
Pretty nasty.
You can't get that in your game, huh?
I'm gonna be cautious here. I'm gonna set up a reflect. Bless you.
So it's kind of weird you've got synthesis in there.
I know, I didn't realize that at night it does like basically nothing.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
healing is healing, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not a lot. Let's see how Body Slam goes. Better. Yeah, Mega Punch, not a very accurate move for some reason.
Faster than your potato.
Yeah, I think we'll be switching Potato out after this.
Ooh.
I know. But we switching still,
Yep.
because we do not want to risk that crit.
Yep.
Punches are meaningless against this tree, unless they were fighting type punches, which for some reason they're not.
Yep. This does nothing. Hiya makes it explode.
Yeah.
Doubly so for something like the arrow online.
Yes! That was a surprisingly low amount of XP for a fucking Kangaskhan.
Yep.
I should compile and announce my study findings. My findings are Kangaskhan's apparently got piss poor XP output. Okay, this is weirdly like the place I thought I was going to before. Or we're going to for your thing.
Perfect. I know the perfect move you can use on that.
Yeah. It's Synthesis! Fuck you, I'm gonna heal on ya!
A lot of this takes you back down below what you feel, but it didn't.
Nah, it didn't. Like, I didn't factor in the fact that I would be, like, doing this run at night, so...
Yeah.
Okay, enough of this. Time for Razor Leafs.
Quad weakness, go!
Heal us up to a respectable health, though. Goodbye, Quagsire.
Yep. Okay, it's gonna potate.
Is this the level you evolve at? Yes.
Yeah.
They all evolved before, like, or at level 55, I think, in this gen. I think like 34 is the highest one.
I think so.
Because they knew that they had like a really abridged fucking like
Game.
XP curve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Potatoes of Meganium now. Still has some fewer fucking hit points than Slowsip.
Slowsip says, huh?
Yeah. Oh, why did I do that?
You're silly.
But yeah, Slowsip's like not gonna evolve until clear. But he'll be pretty decent.
Yeah.
As long as we keep him away from that one that has Thunderbolt. Yeah.
Same.
Now, I believe there's someone or something up here.
Something.
An Alexa. Well, that's worthwhile. That's worth going up here for.
There's the ponytail down below to the left.
Oh yeah, there's like a few cool trainers in here.
A whole bunch of random ass items just scattered about.
Yeah. It's the Quag.
Quag! I like somebody was having a conversation about like Hisuian Pokemon forms, aka the Pokemon Arceus forms, and was very specifically like talking about why the Voltorb would have evolved as it did. Was it just a random talk I found on it? But being like, yeah, they disguised themselves to look like Pokeballs because they were something that other Pokemon would fear. I think there's just a hidden item in there.
Okay. Oh, fuck it. I'm in training, here for a round. What was I gonna say? Hisuian Pokemon are of weird, like, dubious canonicity, because it's like, they're only gonna be in that one game.
Yep.
You can't trade that game out.
Yep.
So they only really exist in that game. Like,
Yep.
how is that any different from, like, anything else that exists only in a side game?
Yeah. I think they were referring to Pokemon in general, and then Hisuian forms as a specific example of how quickly
I'm missing these,
evolve.
Coffee.
Because sand attacks.
Nope.
The sand in his sandro.
Yeah, now she can climb the sand in her eye, but before there was nothing and she just fucking whiffed. Oh
Whoa.
god. Thanks for reminding me why you're in, like, C tier, Coffee. At this stage, you kinda start to suck. Like, you've got one last hurrah, and that's, like, the Rocket Hideout.
And now I'm just thinking of that, what's it, the...
Only we had a water type to buy this Aquarion left.
I'm pretty sure it's the Far Cry Primal game he was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yahtzee was referring to, like, the hunt missions, how, you know, you can go all hunty on this random ass crazed creature. It was talking about how he went on the hunt for this legendary panther, and it took him, like, 3 nights of intense tracking and blah-de-blah-de-blah. Then he was like, oh wow, this like nearly killed me, it was an awesome creature, sends it out to do its own thing, dies in like 2 hits. And he's like, and his quote for the moment was, I'm sorry, Mr. Whiskers, you're just not living up to the potential you showed in the interview.
So I felt when I got like Suicune and Crystal, I was like, wow, this really doesn't do a lot of damage.
Yeah, how legendary. You are. Well, you're a legendary coward with your pants constantly wet from terror.
Yeah. Alright, and then we got Jolteon, to whom I am neutral. I don't think a Thundershock's really gonna do it.
It is a grey alert, sir.
A beige alert.
Beige alert.
If I don't make it, tell my wife.
I said.
Hello.
What turns a man neutral, kid?
Just born of a heart full of neutrality. I'm going to train myself until I improve.
Well, that's how you do it.
Okay, Coffee. Let's floop you up. Getting some training out of this at least, which is good. And Stabless will be the next one.
Pretty sure this is the Labrasol.
Yes, this is the Labrasol. If the Pokemon I liked were there, I go anywhere. That's what a real trainer does.
I mean,
Well, I don't have a Lapras, but I do have a Lapras Sprite whenever I make my Pokemon stuff. Now, what have you got again? Hollywood.
well.
Weird. Oh. Time to switch out Stabless again.
Yep.
For Potato again. Potato's really coming into her own now.
Yeah. I still like that you randomly got females for like two of the rarest.
Yeah. It's fucking weird. What was I gonna say? I like how it's like, yuck it up now, Potato, because soon enough, like in the actual like Elite Four fight, I don't think you're gonna be very useful.
Yep.
You're gonna be just the guy that got us there.
Yep.
I'm gonna put my babies in this. Oh no, they've guessed wrong. There was actually only one Pokemon.
Yep.
No plurals in Japanese. Just once a week, a Pokemon comes to the water's edge. I wanted to see that Pokemon.
Well, you're in the right place. Wrong day, lady.
Golbus.
That should be some good experience, even for Stabless.
That should be some okay experience.
Even for Stabless.
Ah, wow.
I do admit I like that effect.
It's a fun effect, but it's a terrible, terrible move.
Yep.
Okay, let's switch into coffee again. Sure, she still got it, coffee.
Who different? Pledge.
Why do you hate coffee, Philippa?
No,
Because she killed early?
No, it's
Oh fuck, I still got the berries on them. Shit.
it was just
Waste
like
of a berry, not that it really matters much.
you were like expectation for the fact that it was going too smoothly.
Wasn't doing anything at that time. Too smoothly, like neutral is too smoothly for you.
Yep. I don't trust it. So that
Okay, let's just remember to take out everyone's berries.
That was like 480 XP, I think.
Okay, nobody else had a berry.
Yeah.
Not that these berries make much difference, but you know, this stage, still nice to have.
Yep. Hey, look, it's Tentacruel.
Well, I don't know what the fuck a jellyfish is doing inside a cave, but
I don't know how you can dig on water, so we've got that too. Squishy, squishy jellyfish. That's
fishy, jellyfishy.
That's some pretty decent XP.
That's some decent XP. Best XP Stabless has had all day.
Oh, I forgot about that, dude.
Yeah, I knew it was free in here.
Because on the way to the other side of the ruins, there are 2 different trainers internally and I believe 1 externally.
Why's the Zubat not evolved yet?
Didn't want to, Daniel. Don't shame him.
I'll shame him.
Don't kink shame the Zubat.
I'll shame him, alright. You should be ashamed. You should have evolved. You would have given me more XP and been some use to society. Instead, you were just pathetic and weak. Filthy, weak Pokemon are useless. I mean, that's not true, but just purposely keeping yourself weaker for no reason is pretty stupid.
Well, it's obviously not in a high-threat environment, or it would have evolved.
What are you talking about, not high threat? There's all these Golbat and Tentacruel over here.
We don't know that they intend to eat that Zubat.
Oh, don't fool yourself, Philippa. Golbat had a chance, it would eat you and everyone you loved.
Oh no!
And it would lick you with that giant tongue.
I mean... Oh... Just
Big,
be glad
filthy
for...
Gen 1 tongue.
I will say, it would be more likely after abilities were introduced. Because then you get the Zubats, not the Zubats, the Tentacruel with Liquid Ooze. So if they use Leech Life, yep.
Yeah, I know some people do like Liquid Ooze, Tentacle, and like competitive just for the yucks being like, haha, you fool!
You tried to eat me, but you were wrong!
Fuck your strength sap, here's a goddamn Liquid Ooze. Oh. Potato, destroy this pathetic, weak, baseline, First form starter Pokemon.
I wonder what his third Pokemon is.
Who could tell, really?
Yeah, no idea.
Down I go. There we go, level 52 for Stablis. I don't think Stablis is expecting any, like, good moves coming down the pipeline, though.
Yeah, well, we've already established he's Stablis.
It's like a weirdly monochrome Bulbasaur there.
Yeah, well, the Kangaskhan was all kind of yellow, so...
Yeah. Now they've fixed the sprites, we'll criticize the colours.
Yep.
That said, some of the colours here are better than the ones that they have later on, like for Spinarak and for Sneasel.
Yeah.
Fuck it, just body slam him.
And I was still salty about a couple of those shiny sprites.
Yeah, some of them they changed.
Yeah, I will just be salty about the shinies forever.
I mean, they were basically just like a palette reversal.
Yeah, and then they managed to fuck that up hard.
They didn't fuck it up, they just didn't adjust it in any way.
Apparently,
So the Pokemon that were near the center of the palette just barely changed.
Apparently the Clefairy in pre-release design had a way better shiny where instead of going to another shade of pink with green highlights, went to a sort of almost snowy white with blue shading to show how white it was meant to be, and a sort of pink tinge, like the sort of pastel pink tinge highlights where it was supposed to have black. So almost an albino coloring. Albino, sorry.
Got myself an albino Quadroon here.
Do you know how rare it is? Much rarer than your common Western Quadroon, albino. Albino.
Oh, you don't know what a Quadroon is, do you?
I'm pretty sure it means that you're like 1/4 black.
Yeah, okay, you do know.
Yep. I know that there is a surprising variety of
yeah. Those racists, man, they're like fucking, like...
demarcating, is that the right word?
I guess, but I was more just like, they're like fucking weird fans who like love obsessing and coming up with weird terms for stuff.
So like, tiny portions of you being not white, how dare you?
Man, ancestors mixed with Laplanders, you're practically Finns.
Didn't know a person could be racist against other white people.
Don't go to Australia.
Jeez, yeah, no. I mean, yes, but also for many other reasons.
Then we go up here.
Yep.
And then we surf away.
And then
the other guys that you were expecting. Yep, these are the guys you were expecting. What do you know, a visitor? There's a couple hikers here, and then...
a dude with a nacho outside, I think.
Actually, no, it's a giraffe rig. Despite the fact that, you know, you can get Natu here.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm mistaking it. Mr. Fish?
Yeah, Mr. Fish is probably our best bet. Because that thing's probably going to explode.
Yeah.
And there it goes, folks.
And it did.
How do I fucking guess? Oh, that's not a crit. Oh, that could be bad.
E. Okay, that can't explode.
Let's use strength, because this thing weirdly has better special defense than defense. Don't know why. Yeah, like its defense is lower than its special defense.
Not what I'd expect. Oh, that does,
It's level.
Yeah.
It's never gonna kill us. That said, we should switch.
Yep.
Who else is good against? You're good against, Machop. Slosive. Finish this fool. Okay, well, Slosive has massive hit points.
I can't even tell, like, what part of the globe that's supposed to be.
I don't know.
Just to rub it in.
Yeah, like, the reason the globe is always, like, associated with it, like, especially on the anime, because its real name is Round the World, like, Fro or something like that. Which is why, you know, the world.
Yep.
You can live down here too. Live with us. No.
The cave hermits have got you. There he is.
What's past the strength area?
Oh, I think that's a quick way out.
Oh, okay. Onyx! How unexpected.
And it's a level fucking 8 Onyx just to rub it in.
Bye-bye, Onyx. Now, this one does have a chance of actually resisting, but it won't. We'll never know if it had enough defense, because it's like 160 defense or some
At least
bullshit.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, temptation to go down and look now.
Oh, yeah.
I will load up the map.
Ah, fuck, more Geodude.
Oh dear.
Well, we're gonna switch to, who's better? I guess, technically, Slowsip is best. And let's really hope that this doesn't fuck uppy.
We do hope that it does not.
Okay, that was magnitude 9.
Not much.
Not too much.
Wrong.
Because here's the thing, like, I would switch to my, rock type, but he's got magnitude.
Yep.
And until now, Potato was on lower health.
Yep.
Oh, it's Graveler.
Oh, no.
This could be bad. Nope. I've outsped him. I don't think Graveler's living that.
No.
Being some, like, 8 levels lower than us and quad weak. And piss poor special defense besides.
Oh, there's the map.
Like, he's like, I better switch straight to the Graveler. And then it's like, oh, your Graveler died too. I only have a Geodude. That's all that's left.
Okay, that's weird. Okay.
Lost for a long time. I don't mind it here, but I'm so hungry.
It's a second area.
It's a second area?
Yeah, second exit.
An exit. So, like.
So it's to the 4th puzzle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is a strange place.
Doesn't indicate it has a trainer there. It seems weirdly empty, but I will try and work that
It's
out.
probably just empty then.
Well, they don't even have like the surf rock and the strength rock in there, so I'm thinking it's not a great representation. So I'm looking.
Well, the rock is a sprite, so they don't have the sprites show up.
Yeah. Let's see. So that's heart gold, soul silver. Let's see.
Yeah.
North.
Okay, so agility and stomp. Well, unless we like flinch a bunch.
Put all the trainers in there.
Yeah, and unfortunately this is the like extent of the extra training we can do.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no it's not. There's some dudes by Goldenrod.
Oh, your mom wants to talk.
Found a useful item in your PC.
Heck yeah.
Like thinking here. Okay, buddy. Now unfortunately if I dig I'll just get out there, so let's just get out of here as fast as we can.
Okay, so where was I looking? Brain, please tell me where Ferracci wanted to go. Don't you hate it when your brain does that?
What, just blank on you?
Yeah, and I'm looking at everything here and it's like, what? I can't help you here. What are you talking about? There's nothing interesting here. Like, fuck you, brain!
Yeah, I don't think there's anything past that patch of water. Because it's just like basically gonna lead me back where I was. So I can go to Goldenrod and there's some dudes to fight there.
And I'm pretty sure that there is some trainers on the 2nd floor. Oh no, it requires waterfall as well.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Is that still part of that area?
What?
Pyro. I thought that was in...
Part of Mount Mortar.
My brain is like, am I thinking of the right cave?
Union Cave is where we were.
No, I'm looking for the one in the middle, because I thought the,
It technically is part of Mount Mortar.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Because I know that you get into it from the one over on the thing. I didn't think that was part of the... Yeah, let's see. So that one is the Dark Cave when you go into it.
Dark Cave has no trainers. I know this much.
But, like when you enter it on the... I thought that is where you got to it from.
Got to where from?
To the Trashlocke. I thought that was...
No, it's Mount Mortar, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that on the thing.
It's always been Mount Mortar.
I don't know why my brain is trying to tell me that that's where you went through to get to it. Huh.
Your brain is wrong?
Well, obviously. I mean, I don't think that's in debate. I'm just wondering why it thinks that.
I don't know, brains get mistaken sometimes.
Yeah. It's basically trying to go, you always hop into it from that...
Yeah, go and get like another return TM while I'm here.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? While you're there.
Why not does not exist in this game.
Why not?
Because you don't exist yet.
Sucks.
And yes, I don't see why they thought like a... They're really random with like the Pokemon they choose to give pre-evos to. It's like, who was shouting out for a like pre-evo of like...
Mr. Mime and Wobbuffet.
Yeah, of Wobbuffet at least. Because like Mr. Mime, sure, okay. If you want to catch a Mr. Mime really early, but then they don't put it in really early. So like, what was the point? What's the point of that?
The Azurill. Like, what was the point of that? Like...
Yeah. Doesn't make a goddamn lick of sense. And then they have like Bonsly and Munchlax. So I'm like, cool, so those make sense. And then it's like, yeah, but Bonsly you get past the point where Sudowoodo would start being shit anyway.
Yeah.
And Munchlax is basically impossible to get because fuck you, honey trees.
Yeah.
Fucking hate those honey trees.
I hate how like they'll often withhold Pokemon for the sake of new mechanics.
Well, if the new mechanics turn out to be shit, yes.
Yeah. I'm looking at the honey tree.
Yeah, honey trees. Trash, and there's so many cool Pokemon that could have made that game better.
And a whole lot of them are found in the honey tree.
They're in the honey tree. So I mean, there's a whole bunch of them that could have made that game better by not being like available by honey trees, or by honey trees being not like this horrible exercise in like frustration headbanging against the wall.
And real time
So bad. Yeah, like so much real time sunk into it. Who the fuck thought that? I need to find that man and slap him.
Yep. Like anything that requires real-time input in a game.
Like that much real-time input?
That too.
And the fact is, not just real-time input,
Yeah.
but the fact is, if you leave it too long, it will also not work.
Yeah.
So you've got this weird, awkward time span where you're like, oh, I have to do it the same day, but not too much later the same day.
And they're like, but people will get addicted and make it a habit, and it's like, you did it wrong. Your habit making is bad. Oh, have you fought those three yet?
Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Oh, right. Cool.
I meant Route 32, Route 34. When I said Goldenrod.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah. The guy's near Goldenrod, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright. Time to get, like, triple teamed, I guess. Yeah.
Phrasing.
Uh-oh. Got a bit of glitch there.
Yeah, it happens with this.
Let's just, like, save a little before we go.
Just a little.
Just to see. Because this is a big gauntlet.
Yep.
Yeah, boy found us. Yep, I exist in this place now.
Yep. Oh man, somebody, an NB person was mentioning, just in sort of comic form, that they had really liked when they started Arceus that there was no mention of are you a boy or a girl, you just pick a character that you like the look of.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you pick, basically it is a boy or a girl, it just doesn't tell you which is. I mean, it is generically obvious from the sort of, there's two faces and three different hairstyles on each of them, and one is the boy face and one is the girl face. But at the same time, like, they were so close, and they're like, yeah.
Still impressive for Japan, unfortunately.
Yeah. But they're very sad that they
can't beat Irene and go unpunished.
Like a gender binary. Which is fair.
Well, it looks like Stanley's gonna get all of this XP, but whatever. And then we're gonna have to grind another, like, 3 levels on everybody at least.
Yep.
Which is not gonna be fun. You cannot stand against my one move.
Yeah.
Oh, I can actually switch. As long as I don't take another step.
Yeah, I thought they all triggered at the same spot, so...
Yeah, so did I.
I think the last one also has a tummy?
No, it's like Cloister.
That sounds familiar.
Sure, we're mean to my little sisters. I beat them in a Pokemon battle that they challenged me to.
Yep.
Like, they challenged me to a game and I won the game. I'm not sure how that's being mean.
Well, don't you know you're supposed to let the youngest child win?
Ah, fuck that.
Or in the vernacular of a certain politician, you're always supposed to listen to him even when he contradicts himself 30 seconds after him contradicting himself last time.
Alright, Shelder, you did.
Now for bonus points, guess what politician I'm referring to.
I don't care to. Alright, let's see if the Cloister had significantly more hit points than the Shelder. No. There's gonna be 2 Dragon Rages as well. And they all, like, withdraw, and it's like, I can see why you're, like, scared, but,
Your
you had, like,
withdrawals are useless.
you had, like, 1 shot to beat me, and that was not going to do it. Mr. Fish is level 32, cool.
I've already bonded with him. The mother won't take him back now.
You're too strong, I didn't think I stood a chance. Soft Sand. Nice.
Oh, there's also...
I didn't know this is where we got the soft sand.
There's also a standing joke of possible canonicity in the lore, where they implied that the whole reason people pay you after battles is because of basically a rocket team up that every time they fight you and lose, they run away and drop stuff while they leave.
I didn't assume I shut them down for money.
Well, admittedly, that is literally their intended goal when they come and fight you, so...
I shake down everyone for money. Everyone gives me money when I win.
I mean, it's so ingrained, even the bad guys give you money when you win.
They have no choice.
Social convention is a... You're trapped by social convention, Perry the Platypus!
Also, like, I have a thing that breathes fire, I can just fucking murder you if I really cared to. Give me your money.
That wouldn't be an ethical way of raising your Pokemon.
I beat them fair and square, didn't I?
Oh, what was the other one I read? It was really... Come on, Brian, why are you doing this trolling to me now?
Alright, so let's go get that mystical water, and then we're gonna go to Olivine and just fucking tool around until we get to level 35.
Yes, and don't forget we've got the Pokemon March now.
Yeah, that's gonna be something to do.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, these free levels are going to be a fucking pain in my ass to grind up, but whatever.
We don't even have the Versus Seeker existing yet. Not in universe.
No, the only thing we have is like the like phone numbers, but these guys are like not worth the effort of going out to see and like get the XP from. It's just too much fucking hassle. I like when you like stretch out Gyarados, it just kind of looks like a prawn. Like most sprites don't do that. This one did.
Yeah.
And then you've got like the ones in their equivalent of the T-pose in the 3D games.
Oh god.
And they look like a goddamn prawn. So we want to go to Cherry Grove.
Get the Mystic Water.
Gonna get the Mystic Water.
Doesn't Gyarados have your Surf?
Also Slosive.
Oh, cool.
I got 2 water types, Hulpa. They honestly don't share that many weaknesses between each other. Pokemon I caught had an item. I think it's Mystic Water. I don't need it.
Nice.
These guys are weird. They just give you stuff free.
Oh, is
I don't need it.
there a trainer over to the left of your hometown now that you've got it?
To the left of my hometown? Oh,
Yeah.
you might be right, actually. I might be right. Now I'm like, I think the Mystic Water is probably better than the Quick Claw now.
Quite possibly. I mean, it could be better on Mr. Fish for giving him some more oomph in his water attack.
I think we're gonna play to their strengths, really. Oh wait, why am I doing that? I can just fly.
But we go Route 27. Is there somebody who's you over here?
Because we can't make it through Tojo Falls.
Though the levels of things that you can kill over here are level 28 to level like 32.
Hey! Do you know what you just did? You're taking your first step into Kanto. Check your Pokegame app and see. Okay.
Okay, maybe there's not a fight unless you can get through the waterfall.
Oh, really? Are there at least stronger Pokemon here?
I believe in... They're telling me because of the, item.
Great candy.
Yay. Mountain is it?
Yeah, how is the encounters in Tojo Falls?
Yeah, well, immediately we've got Tentacruel.
Yeah, it's level 20 though.
Yeah. Tojo Falls.
It's a Tojo!
Trainers. That's Hot Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah, we're looking for, you know, not Hot Gold and Soul Silver.
No, it looks like the battle I am remembering is, it's the one from Hot Gold, Soul Silver.
Okay, well. Bye-bye.
Frustrating.
Such is life.
Also, have a look at the thing. Okay, inside Tojo. No, I want the Tojo Falls encounter rate. Thank you. The Tojo Falls encounter rate is 20 to 23.
So no.
24, sorry.
Nah, these Tentacruel are better.
And in the water, 20 to 24. No, Tentacruel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grind here.
No. It's like finding a spot that is worth grinding at is
Hard in this
not
game.
as hard as it is.
I mean, frankly, I shouldn't need to grind at all, but,
Here we are!
here we are. Like, I'll admit, I'm doing this by hardcore rules, which annoyingly leans, like, more grinding. But, you know. It's still, like, you have to grind eventually in these games.
Yeah.
Especially in Gen 2. Where you'll end up grinding even if you don't, you know.
Mean to.
Yeah. What does Mr. Fish got? Oh, he's got nothing on him, that's why.
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know Mr. Fish had better hit points than Potato. Guess Potato may have like a worse nature.
Is that even counted in this one?
You're right actually. Just worse IVs.
Thank you.
I assume that like the Olivine Harbor is just as good as like
Let me
the
go
next route.
look at the Olivine Harbor specifically. Olivine.
So I'm just swimming around this area.
Given that what I just looked at, probably it's city. Encounter rate. Okay. Harbor. 15 to 24, and the Tentacruel 20 to 24.
So about the same.
Yeah. More variety in the interactive place, I suppose, is the quote-unquote advantage.
The advantage is not having to go far away from where I'm going to eventually do my gym fight.
Yeah.
Alright, the Pokemon March. So we don't have too many levels to fucking get these guys up.
But it's still slow. In my random trollings while doing, you know, me things on the internet, I found it talking about code that existed before Generation 3, Generation 4, I think, that specifically reduced encounter rates on days of national tragedy. Sorry, not national, international tragedy.
Weird.
Like, for example, 9/11.
Okay.
Yeah.
An odd way to pay tribute to 9/11.
Well, it also had increased rates on, like,
So I
holiday
don't think
days.
9/11 was an international tragedy. It only took place in one nation.
But at the same time, it had quite a sort of ripple effect on...
Because that nation was very powerful and very loud.
Yeah. It has affected a lot of our ongoing, like, aviation laws.
Yeah, that's true, but...
But also, what were the other ones? Hold on. Let me find them in the thing. I'm sure I can look it up.
Why does a jellyfish have supersonic? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Fuck's sake, stop spamming supersonic, you piece of shit!
Generation 3, go away.
Finally, it decides to use something other than supersonic.
Yep.
You get like 3 supersonic hits in a row too, which is...
Yep.
Alright, level 33. Thank goodness. Our first Pokemon is at level 33.
So, such tragedies include 9/11, bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Well, that makes sense.
So those are the specific ones they know it goes down on. And holidays in Diamond and Pearl that they know of give little boosts, such as St. Patrick's Day. Independence Day does not mention if this is American or Japanese.
There is no Japanese Independence Day, Philippa.
Okay, so probably...
They've always been Japan.
Yep. Christmas Eve. List includes many other holidays celebrated outside of the United States. Rates also decrease on Christmas, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day.
Weird.
Yep.
Very weird.
But yeah, like that was a weird thing. I was like, huh. That's an interesting weird thing.
Why am I even digging here? I should be just like slashing anything that isn't like a tentacruel.
Yeah. You're doing digs for something.
Keep the dig PPs for something useful.
Mm-hmm.
See this here? We can just slash.
Slash it from existence, boys.
Slash it, as Sand Slash is named for.
Yep.
Had a really big slash. Plus the name.
I'm sure you know what else a slash can be.
I was gonna say, I was like, oh, I didn't know Philip was aware of that meme, but okay.
I'm talking about just go for a slash, have piss.
Nope. I'm talking about the Fallout New Vegas Long Dick Johnson. Even Long Dick Johnson, who needless to say had a really long dick. What's the name?
Oh, there's another meaning as well that I've just remembered. It also is, slash fic means putting two characters together and writing them, in El Flagrante, as it were.
Yeah, well, this one is tentacle slash Stablis's claws.
So, tentacle slash Stablis, aka Sand Slash.
Just the claws.
Sand slash tentacle.
Sans Undertale.
I'm sure I told you about that teacher. In fact, I think I linked you to the post somebody had made compiling his horrendous adventures, wherein the teacher has brought a Sans plushie,
Right.
and pretends not to know his
Pretends
name.
not to know about his name and that.
It calls him Sam Undertale. Just to watch the
Just to troll these poor stupid children.
And they're like crying with the pain.
They have to learn how to be trolled someday.
Yeah.
God knows we don't want to have them learn about it on the internet.
Oh god. Much better that they learn about shootings in class. That's a good way to learn about it.
Yeah.
Seriously, America, fix your gun problem.
And now your abortion problem.
Yes. Oh god.
You actually went backwards.
Even worse, so I don't know how much you've been looking at that horror show.
Not tremendously, because I already knew this was coming. It's like, train to be derailed from 3 months hence. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, oh my god, the train got derailed. And I'm like,
nothing could have been done.
Because I heard it was going to, and no one did anything about it. And it's got derailed on time as planned.
How could this have happened? But no, in the... Because they write a summary thing, or there's some kind of paper that they all release, like this one main opinion, and then each of them have like a sub-opinion. I don't know how that works. But basically one of them said, now that we've fixed this egregious mistake to ever have existed, we should go after the other mistakes that country has made.
You told me about that.
Yeah. And
it's like, we should get back the anti-sodomy laws. And it's like, wow.
Yep.
You really do just want to go back on to the 1980s, don't you?
Yep.
It's not going to fix the economy.
Even worse, like the number of people who are like, yeah, so we're justifying this because we're Bible, we believe in the Christ so much, and people are like, you realize the Bible, like, sings praises for killing babies in multiple places, and even tells you exactly how to do an abortion at one stage, right? You understand
I've pretty
that?
much given up on trying to, like, find, logical loopholes.
Oh yeah, there's
They're not using logic.
Yeah, that's
They
the
just
problem.
want to do what they want to do because they want to do it, and they'll just use whatever fucking bullshit they can
Yeah.
to justify it.
They want to control women.
Yes.
That is how they do it.
And that's how they do it. And people are like, well, you know, women are going to want to have sex less if that's the only way to avoid it. And it's like, but then they'll just control them to have sex. Like, that's the whole plan and has always been the plan.
Yep.
These people don't use logic. They just want things the way they want things. And if you try to argue with them logically, it won't work out.
Even worse, like, we know a whole bunch of these dudes are cheating. When their mistresses inevitably need
Oh yeah, no,
abortions.
because rich people can get that
Yeah.
under the table. They just don't want other people. And people who have worked in abortion clinics are like, yeah, I've done tons of people who are out there protesting and they're like so shitty to everybody else at the abortion clinic because they're convinced that they're the one person that deserves to have an abortion. Everybody else is terrible for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't beat that kind of protagonist-centered morality.
Yeah.
Some people are just like that. They're right and everyone else is wrong in their heads, and they do not have the ability to really consider that. Like, it's something that needs to be taught in young, and they didn't get it, and it's not going to happen now.
But how
That's their thought patterns now, is that I am right, let me work back from that fundamental fact to figure out how you are being an ass to me.
For me, like, if your religion is going to be threatened by people learning science, then your religion probably ain't that good.
Yeah, but again, they're not going to listen to this logic. Like, putting these things out does nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. I can guarantee you that if any of them are listening right now, they are not convinced.
Nope. Despite the fact there are Christian scientists who are like, yeah, I believe in God, I also study science, because science tells me different things.
Because those people aren't the assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah, that's how you learn things. That's how you make your religion better. Judaism's got us down, and
it's just one of those things where I'm just like, there's not really any point in talking about it. Some assholes got power. They did it to do asshole things.
Now
they're not going to listen to you.
Yep.
You can protest all you want, unless it gets like to the point where they genuinely fear for their safety. It's not going to do anything.
Yep.
We saw this with like the numerous Black Lives Matter protests. There were so many, and what did that actually? I pressed the wrong fucking button. And what did that fucking do?
Nothing.
Fucking nothing. I can't think of a single like thing like. It's not happening.
Changed. Yeah.
Things don't substantially change for that reason. As far as I used to be with you there, but it's like, no, it turns out protests are basically just a good way to funnel away a large portion of the people who are mad about a thing into a harmless little exercise that won't threaten the power structure, because protests pretty much never solve anything. Like, not with people that are that determined to be that much of a dick.
It's like the whole thing about how there's no safe zone around abortion clinics. How dare they want safe zones? The Supreme Court, no, we've got to put the barrier around.
Obviously, because there's a lot of people who are mad at them and we're going to kill them.
With snipers. There's snipers up there now.
Yeah.
Yep. It's almost like they're doing something that will make a whole lot of people want to kill them.
Want to
praise them. Yeah.
They're gonna kill a bunch of people with that ruling,
Yeah.
so...
Like, literally... Like, they may not see it, but seriously, like, the alternative types of abortion are...
If you're just joining us for the Pokemon Go Trashlocke, we talk about politics, apparently.
Well,
We just do nothing but shit. I mean, we've finished shit-talking Pokemon now, and now we're just on to shit-talking people in power in politics, I guess.
Yep. Well, we've got to...
There we go, that viewer just went away. We did our job.
Perfect.
They're gone.
Gotta be the bot, remember.
Only the real cool people stay around for this bullshit.
Yep. Gotta be the bot. Remember, I've got quite strong bot protections in place now. And if they can't
nice.
post, they could just be...
They could just move on,
Yeah. Be like, attempt posted, like...
I'm really glad, in bitter news, I'm really glad that, like, Valve secretly, like, fucked over a bunch of, like, bunch of cheat software. It's not anti-cheat,
yeah.
it's cheat software.
Yeah!
Because it's like, you know, that's the main one that everybody uses. And it's like, if everyone's going to the same source, we can just fuck over that specific one.
Yeah, yeah.
And now there's people in their forums, like, of the cheat code being like, oh, I can't do it, it's all broken, man. Apparently these people also paid money for the cheat software.
Oh!
And it's like, you can't get your money back from buying cheat software, that shit's illegal.
I mean, I imagine, like many things, there's probably a legit use for it as well, but also, I'm just gonna laugh at them because...
Yeah, they're like, oh, my bot fucking programming's not working, and it's like, well, do you really want to go to the cops and tell them that?
Yep.
It's like, well, I got this fucking bot program so that I can destroy a game that I got mad at. Because people are enjoying it and I don't want them to.
As opposed to my anti-ad software, which is just like, hey, your ads are destroying my computer in significant ways.
You just
and
block.
I don't want that.
Blocking software is 100% legit.
Yeah.
Like, I could go to the police and be like, yeah, my blocking software didn't work and I paid for it. Please fucking send a lawsuit or something against these guys because...
Well, they did go to, like, the comments.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, you can go to the authorities over that because that's legit. You'd be surprised how legit it is to fuck over things when you've got, like, a goddamn, like, actual PC that doesn't have a bunch of, like, proprietary software in there. It reminds me, I need to figure out how to stop my thing from ever updating to Windows 11. Apparently that just froze all that shit right out the window. So...
Yep.
I really need to figure that out at some stage and be like, how do I stop this? How do I stop the auto updates before Windows 11 shows up?
Yep.
Because first of all, switching OSs is always just atrocious no matter what. And I would expect every update from a major company to be worse for me because they just have a policy of doing that all the time. With every update, like, it used to be that I liked updates, but for the last, like, 2 decades or so, it's just been like, nah, they all suck.
Yep, 2 decades would be the majority of your time using these computers.
Yeah, like, it's not actually 2, it's more like 2.5 decades, which is still the majority of my time using these. But it's like, yeah, I'm always like, updates, it's gonna fuck things up probably.
And then, lo and behold, it fucks things up probably.
Most of the time it does. So yeah, like, that's what corporations have done for me. They've made me hate free updates.
Yep. But yeah, no, I'm really glad to hear that Team Fortress 2 is, like, getting all of
Well, here's the thing, their arms kind of got twisted. Because people did a sort of protest thing, and then when I say protest never work, I mean with, like, basically with big government stuff, or with corporations that are already profiting way too much to ever pay attention to you. In the case of TF2, it was like a big black eye for Valve that there was so many people making videos about how Valve was being completely negligent about a game that they continue to profit off of. Like, the only updates they do are, like, cosmetic ones that allow them to make more money. It's like, yeah, so you're continuing to make money off this. I don't care if you've sunsetted it, because you're still putting out product for people to buy in it. That's still a game that you are obligated to be continuing to update and keep in a playable state. If you expect people to pay money, if you don't want it to be in a playable state, then any new stuff you put out for it is basically a scam, because you're enticing people to buy stuff in a game that you have put forth. This game won't work. So you are ripping people off. And so people did that and had all the hashtag SaveTF2 stuff on Twitter and whatnot, and on YouTube. And they listened, and they're like, we'll update it. And people were like, yeah, sure. Because this has been done before. People, like, asked Gabe Newell, old Gabe Ian himself, at a con, and he was talking about something else, and they're like, when's update for TF2? And he's like, oh, soon. And it's like, nothing happened for like another, like,
decade,
3 months or something. So I was like, okay, clearly not. Clearly that was a lie. And he was just brushing that person off. So we expected that to be the case too. They're just trying to mitigate the Save TF2 by doing an official response on their Twitter being like, we've heard you, we'll update it. But then it's like, no, actually they did. And they probably put some, people have no illusions about, like, any actual full-time staffer at Valve putting stuff in. That's not how Valve works. So chances are some interns or whatever was assigned to it, and they're like, please, hire that guy or whatever it needs to be done, or don't hire that guy if that would stop him from updating TF2, because keep that guy on TF2, because he's doing a pretty good job. Because they looked at the software that was, like, destroying TF2, doing all these fucking bots, all these goddamn auto-aim sniping bots. They would just run around with their fucking heads in the air, spinning around.
I wonder how they could tell they were bots. Strange that.
Well, if you're not in the game with them, you need to use code. But anyway, stuff that would basically disable, and it's essentially, as far as I'm aware, it's the same as being like, you know, sometimes you'll have a patch come out and your mods fuck up.
Yeah.
Because the patch just doesn't makes the mods not work. So they did that, but intentionally for the software that does cheats.
Yeah, I mean, the only time I've really had that is when Firefox did that. what was it? They did a really massive update where a whole bunch of the old school add-ons stopped working.
I don't know about... Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. And that's the closest I've come to that, because I usually don't play modded games. That's not, like, me knocking on modded games, I'm just I'm a weirdo. That's what's going on there.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly interesting.
But you're going to talk about how recently Firefox basically made it so that when sites get your cookies, only that site can get those cookies.
Oh, yes, I remember seeing that.
And I'm like, I really hope that Mozilla Firefox has, like, a big comeback. Because it's probably the best browser out there. Like, it eats up fucking
memory like a
bitch, but it doesn't do it doesn't do any of that, like, spying on you. It's, like, nice, safe shit. Plus, having Chrome have, like, a complete fucking monopoly on, let's see if a Confusion will finish this guy off. Having a complete fucking monopoly on browsers is bad. Yeah. Monopolies are bad. Yeah. So we should at least have some people going Firefox just for the sake of, if there's a monopoly, that's bad, so we want them to have some market share they don't have, so that they're encouraged to not just fuck you over. Because don't fool yourself, as soon as a corporation gets a chance, they will shove in all the anti-consumerist bullshit they possibly can.
Chrome is Google, and remember, the thing that the new CEO did was take away
down the don't be evil. So, you know, they did that for a reason, and that's because they knew that they were going to be evil.
Yeah, not be like, no, it's just because it's bad PR, don't be evil. What kind of slogan is that? The people were making fun of it. No, we weren't making fun of it, we were like, that! You see that? That's a good sign!
Please don't be evil. Of course, they still were evil because it's basically impossible to prove that you have betrayed that core value. But taking it away is just a really bad sign.
That's like, we intend to be evil and you cannot stop us.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those tales old as time. Like, this went from a tech thing made by tech dudes to a corporate thing run by corporate guys who paid a lot of money to tech dudes who are now billionaires.
Yep.
And now it's run by people who don't give a fuck and are just there to make money out of it.
Yep. But yeah. Thinking of which, I'll link you to the Simple Tab Groups add-on. That's quite fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd use it, though. I don't have enough, like, different groups to really make it worthwhile, I don't think.
You make your own groups.
I mean, like, I wouldn't have enough groups.
Okay.
It's, like, only a few things I use these for.
So you're not like me with, like, 20 YouTube tabs and 15 whatevers.
Yeah, I have, like, 20 YouTube tabs, and they'd all be under the same thing of, like... Yeah, this is my YouTube tab group. That's most of the tabs.
Like, you could be, like, immediate watch, later watch, watching for research, watch for entertainment, watching for Owl House.
Oh yeah, speaking of watching, I'm glad to hear that the Overwatch, like, Overwatch 2 basically went really mediocre. It didn't go down, but it was, like, super mediocre. Everyone's like, okay.
And then went back to Overwatch 1?
Either that or, like, back to Team Fortress 2. So many people actually have, despite the bot crisis, gone back to TF2 because, like, from what I hear from the people who played Overwatch, I never did because I wanted to hold out as long as I could to TF2, and I am fully vindicated on that, baby, because TF2's going up, Overwatch going down. But anyway, from people who did play it from the start, I hear that basically it's like, yeah, so here's how Overwatch is that every time it changed, it got worse. So over time, Overwatch just kept getting worse and worse. And this is aside from the fact that Blizzard's reputation sank like a fucking lead balloon because of all the shit they had going on.
You mean the whole China thing?
Yes.
China-Taiwan thing.
And also the sexual harassment stuff that they had. Same
that's bad.
Same as every other major video game company.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's almost like you shouldn't be sexist. It's a general rule.
It's almost as though you shouldn't be shitlords, but you know, business people pretty much always are. Yeah. So, like I said, I guess I should go like rich people almost always are, but business people are the people who like
tend
to become rich.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, this is where this kind of starts festering. Anyway, my point being is that like aside from all that nonsense, just the playability of the game get worse every time. And this is also aside from the fact that I knew from the start where it's like, okay, so you got this many characters, and you won't ever update. The way TF2 did updates was different weapons for characters, right? And very rarely would that make them play in a completely different way from how the class normally plays.
Yeah,
so it's like your sniper weapons will basically always be doing some sort of sniper thing. Even like the most divergent sniper weapon is still a sniper weapon. The Huntsman is just a better at close range sniper weapon with a hitbox having projectile rather than a hit scan bullet.
So I didn't realize those were hit scans. Okay.
Yeah, TF2 bullets use hit scan.
Nice.
So
nice.
It is what it is. It has its advantages and disadvantages. I'm certainly glad that most of the stuff in the game is projectile rather than hit scan, but having some of it in there is nice.
Yeah, like it's a balance.
So anyway, like I was saying, like that, you still play as a sniper with that.
Yeah.
You just play as a slightly more robust frontline sniper that can't hold back, hang back way off the corner of the map, and just be like, I see you, you are dead now.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more of a thing to it, but you still play like a sniper. You don't do things that snipers shouldn't be doing.
Continue to play point-and-click adventure where the point-and-click is use bullet on van.
Kind of. So essentially the thing is that is a really robust way to have updates because that means that you only really need to learn how 9 classes work with a little bit of information for some particularly like impactful side grades that people can have.
Yeah. And corner cases.
Whereas in Overwatch, you need to know how, like, I think 20-something from the start characters work, and be able to identify them immediately and know what they do, and they'll always do the same thing, so they'll always have the same free abilities, but, like, you need to have those free abilities memorized for every character, and every time they update, there's another character to learn and memorize. Unless, of course, it's not the meta, in which case people won't want to use it because they also have a lot of other factors, like, so TF2 has no restrictions on classes in its base form. Like, I go to community-run servers that do that, but in its base form, there's no restrictions. So you can have a team of 9 snipers, and sometimes you get close to doing that all by itself. Because a lot of people love to play sniper and refuse to change. But anyway, like I was saying, in Overwatch what you have is you have the free roles because it's basically MOBA but FPS. Do you know what a MOBA is? Like League of Legends.
Multi-online battle attack?
So it's like multi-lane online battle something. The thing is that it was based off of, have you ever played Warcraft 3? Okay, man, this is like a deep well of things you don't know. But essentially...
I treasure my ignorance sometimes.
Well, in this case, basically MOBAs are games where you have like your free lanes, you've got the towers that you have to destroy while making sure your towers don't get destroyed. You have a team of like 5 dudes. You have these like minions that'll go out periodically and start smashing stuff. So do your enemies, you know, it's mirrored. And you pick a lane and you go, but they have the sort of Mamorpagus style base things of you got your tank, you've got your DPS, you've got your healers, right? So they adapted that into Overwatch because they saw that League of Legends was making gangbusters, and they're like, well, Defense of the Ancients, which is the one that Blizzard Activision owns, the original mod is originally a mod of like Warcraft 3, and it was the first MOBA. That one isn't doing as good, and they're like, well, you know, if we had this like as a first-person shooter, like class-based thing, it'd probably do really well. So they put lots of money into it, advertised, blah blah blah,
made
good graphics, make Overwatch. But the thing is, Overwatch has this balance, and it requires your team because they also have like, I think it's like only 6v6.
I think it's 6v6.
TF2 goes up to 12v12.
Yeah, I remember that there was a real big stink about it going down.
Yeah, Overwatch 2 goes to 5v5. So, in a 5v5 thing, every single player counts a lot, which sounds good until you realize that you're going up against and with randos. So one dude fucking up, like, not even intentionally, although maybe intentionally, just not knowing what they're doing, and you can get fucked. Now, they have a ranking system where you're supposed to be placed with people of the same sort of skill level. Doesn't always work. But here's the thing. If in a thing where it's like, okay, you've got your tank, your DPS, your healer, if your healer is out of, like, who's, like, out to lunch, metaphorically, you guys are fucked. You guys just don't got nothing. So... here's the thing. So they have like their different queues. I got the DPS queue. You got your tank queue and your healer queue.
Yeah.
In order of ascending speed. Because the DPS queue is always way too damn long because everyone wants to play a DPS. They want to be Hanzo, the ninja, or Gunman, who has the gun. So it's like, okay, cool. So they want to do that, right?
Yeah.
So you've already got your problem of, if I want to play one of like a third of the classes, like, I can't just play it. I gotta wait forever in these lines. Tanks still have a pretty long line. If you want to play consistently, you just play healer. As far as I'm aware, it's like, that's where the bottleneck is. People don't like playing healer, so then you can play as much as you want, but you always have to play a healer.
Yeah. And that's bad for immersion, because if you've got a person who's resenting playing healer, then yeah, that's not good game.
It's gonna cause problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's like, so they've got that issue. That is always a problem. And then it turns out that, like, because everyone's just a variant on, like, 3 different roles, there becomes, like, ones that get buffed into being the meta. And it's like, if you are playing this guy, everyone will yell at you on your team and tell you to not play that guy because that guy is deemed... It's not even that they're useless, but they're deemed as being suboptimal. So... Jesus Christ. It's gonna take a while. So they're suboptimal. And then if there's like the dude that is the meta and is like the best one, they'll be like, well, you should be playing that one. Yeah. So effectively you've come down to like, you've got 18 classes, but in effect, you've got like 3 classes.
And that does not make for fun gameplay.
It's bad. It's really bad. And no matter how much Activision Blizzard tries to fix it, they never do. And people have just been like, yeah, every time they balance it, it makes the game worse. Their balance fixes are really bad.
Because if it's not balanced for people, basically, then...
Yeah, so as much as I can complain about TF2's like lack of balance in some areas, cough, sniper, it's not actually a balance issue, it's just a sniper's god-awful to play against issue.
Yeah.
Because people will be like, sniper's totally balanced. I'm like, well, I kind of agree. I wouldn't say it's totally balanced, but you could definitely make a good argument that it's balanced.
Yeah.
But it's awful to play against.
Being the operative word.
It's like, so you're doing your fight, oh no, suddenly you died. Because the dude across the map saw you.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, you got line of sight on you. How do I avoid that? Well, just don't get seen ever by him.
Go and do the crab walk.
Good fucking luck. And some maps don't even have good options for that. Like, the better maps do, but still, it's like, you're taking a crapshoot as to where that guy is.
Did you like the animals crossing the road gif?
Yes.
Fish. Bloop. Bloop.
But yeah, so, like, Overwatch is just a million times worse, and it's like, just watching that fire, just sort of being like sipping my metaphorical coffee.
And you could kind of tell, like, from the background point, I was looking at that and going, like, cool story, bro. How does that work as a multiplayer game?
It's not a cool story, though. I, like, watched one of their, like, intro videos. I think I watched, like, 2 of their intro videos. One was kind of fun. The other one was, like, so up itself and super serious. I'm like, oh, God. Why would you want that for, like, a team-based FPS? I'm used to TF2 where it's like, yes, this is a dumb situation. These 2 teams made bases 10 feet from one another.
They tried so hard to make all the characters relatable that they did so, like, every now and again.
Well, we all know the diversity wheel.
Oh, God.
The diversity. I'm sure we've talked about the diversity wheel before, where they had a straight up one of those, like, Japanese style, like, where you've got the circle and the 5 points, and then, like, each point is like a certain far into the outer of the circle.
Yeah, gender, ethnicity,
and culture's a different one.
Culture
is different from ethnicity. There's body type.
Oh, yeah.
And sexuality. And I'm like, as Pat pointed out, because he's like, I actually probably score better than you, Wooly, because I'm neurodivergent and I have a weird body type that doesn't get shown on video games. And Wooly's like, oh, but I'm black. And he's like, no, but black's only a 3 out of 10.
God damn.
And he's like, yeah, but I'm grenaded black, so I'm a shiny black.
Oh, he's short for a black man, so that
I don't think that's true. He seems like he's perfectly average height.
I don't know, I guess I'm just used to Nani and her family.
Yeah, like, Nani is not all black people.
I do see more, like, tall people who have black skin tones than I see with short.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't go so far as to say, oh, you're short for a black guy.
He was shorter than you.
He wasn't shorter than me, he was slightly taller than me. Your brain is fucking you up. He was the same size as Ben.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And Ben is slightly taller than me. And I'm slightly short for a man, so that all evens out to, well, he's taller than average. But anyway, that was just a thing where it's like, yeah, putting that into numbers, and of course you know that, like, somebody demanded numbers. Somebody down there, a marketer, who are basically robots, or executives who want to care only about numbers and make number go up, therefore money go up.
Actually, you know, it was probably a marketer and an executive combined.
Yeah, could be either, but you know, like, somebody in there was like, I want to know the numbers.
I can see
how diverse are our characters.
Well, what I'm saying is I can see the executive screaming that, and then that's the marketer's answer to the executive screaming that, and then saying to the executive, we have the numbers. You see, these numbers mean we can make more money.
I mean, I see it one way or the other. Either an executive was like, guys, you got to tell me how in numbers, otherwise I can't justify this shit. Because we have to put it through the algorithm to see if we'll throw more people off than we will bring in.
Yeah.
Or maybe a marketer was just like, I don't understand humans, so they told me to make things be diverse. I will put diverse numbers. This will make sense to me. For I am a human robot.
And then you put two of these technically humans next to each other. One looks like a dwarf and the other one looks like a giant. And they're both technically humans on a normal spectrum.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, how did robots score? I forget how much robots scored for, like, ethnicity.
I think they scored a 0 on ethnicity, but got a lot in culture.
I think they scored like a 5 or something, and Willie's like, wait, a robot is more ethnically diverse than a black man? Yeah.
But
it's fucked up.
The main one I remember is, Bum Girl.
Girl? Oh, right, Tracer.
Yeah, Tracer.
Right.
You know about that one.
I realize now, I don't have the march on.
For those who don't realize,
it's Tracer.
Tracer,
It's Tracer here.
The reason I call her Bum Girl, just because I couldn't remember her name for a bit there, is because she famously had a pose redacted after a ban.
Yeah.
So it is slightly more sensible than it sounds. The complaint was that the pose was not appropriate for her characterization, and they changed it to a different pose which was better suited to her characterization. So, slightly...
Because, you know, characterization depends on... That determines how much of an ass you have.
No, because it was still ass showing, but it was basically, instead of doing the kind of, it was like a pose. So, I kind of followed that.
What I learned was that they'd, like, reduce the ass.
Yeah.
The ass had to go down.
But yeah, like, if you look at me for a second, Daniel, it was the difference between a...
Yeah, no, I knew what you were doing, and I was like, no, I remember seeing these side by side and being like, I don't see much difference except ass go down.
Regardless, though, that is...
Oh, hey, Pikachu and Mimikyu just said, hey, I just joined. How's it going?
Howdy.
We're just doing a bit of grinding right now and talking about Overwatch for some reason. We're going to be fighting Jasmine soon enough. We just got to get everybody up to level cap.
Yep.
You can see our rules down there. Should be in the lower right for this particular Nuzlocke.
Yes, lower right.
Yeah.
Sorry, had to check.
But we've gotten all the way. We've gotten past Price this stream, and we're going up to Jasmine.
Yep.
Hopefully sooner than later. So I'm gonna throw his hat out. This room getting warm.
He's terrific. I mean,
you can just call me Debbie. Lol. Cool. Hey Debbie, how's it going?
I'm thinking of a terrible joke involving Pikachu and Mimikyu and
presumably night for you.
Yep.
It's night for us. I don't know where you are, but
where in the world is Carmen?
Good. More Tentacruel.
Diego?
Good. More Tentacruel make Brian go fast.
Yep. Well, that's why we got the Pokemon March on.
Kill them, Stanley.
But yeah, like the one that really was weird to me was when she was saving the head of the fancy robots.
Okay, this is all news to me.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know much about Overwatch.
Yeah.
I know that there is a gorilla and he presses the button and he's like, Overwatch. And also Australia is fucked, but people still live there, much like in the real life. It's 4 in the morning here in North Carolina. Well, that's night.
Yeah, that sounds like you're like me and occasionally have trouble sleeping. And
up early or up late?
I'm guessing that's an up late. I'm putting my bet on up late.
Most likely. Most people don't like to get up that early, but who knows? Maybe Debbie has a really early job.
Or, you know, a couple of assassinations. We won't judge. You're from America.
Oh, yeah, you missed the part we were talking about the dark times happening there. Apologies, commiserations, really.
Yeah. For the record, in case you can't tell from our accent, and I think you don't have it in the thing, we're Kiwis, so...
Yeah, I don't have it anywhere where we are.
Yeah.
People can figure it out on their own. It's a fun game. Just like we found out that, like, most of the cast from Farscape is Australian.
Yeah, that was funny.
We, like, started watching it. I had no idea it was an Australian production, and it's like, oh, all these guys sound like Australians just trying to put on British and American accents. And it's like,
oh yeah,
that turns out to be completely true.
And we're trying to spot if we can see any Kiwis in the cast because they're usually semi-obvious.
It can be hard to tell, like...
Pretty obvious.
People from down south, east, and Aussie sound like New Zealanders.
Yeah, I'm still betting that alien was the one from today.
He did sound especially so, yes.
Yeah, he sounded very Reestarby under the sun.
He did sound kind of Reestarby.
So I'd have to look that up, but I'd also have to remit.
Which is technically New Zealand.
Also, for, let's say, yeah, I can see that you're
playing as Ethan. That's really cool.
Ethan?
The gold protagonist. I think that's one of the default names.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Plus, I renamed him to Trash Man because this is the Trashlocke where we use trash Pokemon. Turns out, though, I may have been too quick to judge Stantler as being trash. I think I should have put him into B. We were discussing that earlier. That's his name.
I always forget the traditional names.
The Trash Man. I broke trash to the audience.
Wow, that is explicitly why I'm here, so...
But yeah, no, like, I think Stantler should have been a B rather than a C. Don't talk about him like that.
What?
This is me talking. Ethan has a million Pokemon journeys, and in this one, he's the Trash Man.
Well, it's another, you can see it in a very positive way as well as a negative way. That he takes all the Pokemon that people don't like as much and
aren't as good. But you can still use them to beat the Elite Four and the Champion, which is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Yeah.
I can't be fired from being Trash Man. Not that kind of Trash Man.
Yep. You're the kind of Trash Man that only
just
makes
live in the trash. Befriend the trash.
Love the trash.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I should probably show you like the team, huh? Let me just get everybody in the right order and
Save.
Oh yeah, and I should also save. So let's see. Here is team. So our starter is Potato, newly evolved Meganium. We have Mr. Fish, the Gyarados, because in this generation, Gyarados has neither Water Stab nor Intimidate, making it actually kind of bad. This is the only game that it's bad in, so it's the only one of these that I'll do. I've done one for Red and Blue, and he had like 90 special attack then. I could not use him in that one. We've got Slowsurf, the Slowpoke, and the only reason your Slowpoke is in here is because Slowpoke just takes so long to evolve, and by the time you get to use him, you're already up to clear. Like,
Yep.
good good at that point, good in the early game. We're just in that sort of mid-game, sort of late-game nadir where he's not doing the greatest.
Yep, and of course he doesn't get strong psychic attacks until later.
I think he does learn Psychic by level up, though, so we will be getting that eventually.
Yeah, but we've only got Confusion at the moment.
Yeah, we only got Confusion right now, so it's going to skip straight from Confusion to Psychic.
Yep.
We got Coffee Our Soda Widow, who is one of those really good when you get them, and then sort of like levels off to being not that great later. I think we're probably still going to take her to the Elite Four, though, because Koga's team is a thing.
Yep.
And also low kick for Claire's dark types. Well, just Umbreon and Houndoom, really.
Yep. But also the fact that it's called Coffee because it killed our Pokemon.
Killed our Dunsparce early. So I named her Coffee. We have Stabless Sandslash. That's why Sandslash is here, because you have to kind of use up your Dig TM on Sandstrew to give it any kind of, ground stab.
Yep.
So, like, you can give it Earthquake later on, which we will, and it's a perfectly good stat in Pokemon. It just doesn't have the moveset. And then we have Stantley, who, as I said, I thought was just kind of mediocre to bad, but really is just kind of mediocre to decent.
Yeah.
So if I were to do this challenge again, if I end up like wiping or whatever, I'm taking Stantley off the list. Standler off the list because, Standler. Actually pretty decent. Like, not gonna set the world on fire, but...
Yep. No. Well, I suppose he can't learn Flamethrower, can he?
No.
I'm really curious. I'm gonna see.
Bro, I was playing Pokemon Black, so Stoutland seriously helped me out, if that helps at all. Stoutland is, like, weirdly super good. Like,
Stout.
And
Stoutland.
if you have ways, and I don't know how easy this is to do in Pokemon Black 2, but if you have ways of setting up sand and it has Sand Rush, that becomes, like, actually really good. It can get some decent coverage as well. I'm not sure how you get close combat on it, so it might not be doable in a Nuzlocke. But it's got Crunch and normal type Stab, which means that nothing's going to be immune to what it's got. And I believe only Steel resists both of those.
Okay, so the only fire move it can get is Sunny Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, I think Stoutland can also get like Fire Fang. I'm not sure how.
I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how, whether that'll be useful to you in Black too, but trust me, when I get to like doing this on Gen 5, if I do, I don't think I'll be allowing Lillipup. Because it's also got Intimidate, so like Intimidate's just real good. If your Pokemon is mediocre and then it's got Intimidate on top of that, it becomes a good Pokemon. And having Intimidate on a bad Pokemon at least bumps it up to sort of useful. Like, I think it turned, like, Mightyena from a D tier to a C tier in Gen 3, and in the remakes, it would be higher than that because it gets to actually use, like, attack on its stab moves. Hold on a second, gotta look at it.
It gets Fire Fang as a basic move.
Also can remember it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you get to the move remember, I don't know where that is in Black 2. I've never played Black 2, actually. It's an interesting, like, scenario. I've only played, like, I've only played Black. Yeah. It was good. The only problem is like, so many fucking, like, cutscene things that it's hard to replay it, because you gotta mash through so many of those. Plus the XB... What's the word I'm looking for here? No, not the curve. The curve is fine.
The output.
It's the fact that it, like, changes the output depending on whether you're facing stronger or weaker Pokemon, and you'll always be facing weaker Pokemon, so you get less XP, and it can be really hard to come back from, like, a near wipe, which will happen in Nacrene City, because that gym leader is powerful.
She in Southwest Stand and Unova, which
I lost the game card, but it had Dig, Surf, and something else. Huh. Yeah, well, hopefully you find it again. Yeah, Dig, Surf, and probably Return or something is really good. Like Dig will take care of Rock and Steel. I would probably prefer Crunch to... Actually, no, you only mentioned 2 moves, so you could have Crunch in there as well.
Yep.
And then you've got, like, what's it? And then you've got, like, your normal type stab for neutral coverage on most everything.
Yeah.
And that thing has, like, 100 base attack or something, doesn't it?
It has 110.
110. Oh, is that...
Special attack is fucky at 45, but you're not using it.
Yeah, who cares about that? Is that the current stats or the stats in Gen 5? Because they
Good
did buff it.
question. Let me go
buffed
have
it.
a look.
But even without that buff, it's like 100 base attack. That's good. That's quite good.
Let me go
Like
find...
Gyarados is 120. So that's as good. Gyarados is as good compared to that as Stelland is to an average Pokemon.
That is the buffed stats. It was
Yeah.
originally 100.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 100 base stat attack, that's good enough.
I
That is
actually
plenty
didn't
good.
realize they ever had buffed stats.
They did a bunch of it in Gen 6 onwards.
Aha.
Because they did hold off on doing that for ages and be like, no, the stats are what they are, which I honestly support. But then they buffed a bunch of stuff, which is weird, because they were mostly only like a bunch of 10, 20 point buffs.
And yet, at the same time, you heard the Pokemon in Alola.
Oh, well, that's just their speed.
All of their speed.
Alright, Mr. Fish, destroy this tentacle. Show them who the superior old rod fish is.
Oh, he's a good fishy. He is a very good fishy. And if you don't get any of the jokes in their names, please feel free to ask, because I love where Mr. Fishes comes from. I've bonded with him. His mother won't take him back now.
Oh boy.
I will never stop quoting that comic, and you can't make me. I wonder what Seal Squid's doing these days, by the way.
Are they not still working on that comic? I don't know.
It hasn't updated in
Oh, okay.
a long time.
I think they work in animation.
Nice. Oh, as long as they're happy there. You know,
Yeah.
the usual comment.
I think they may work at Titmouse. You know, the guys who do Venture Brothers.
Okay, thank you. No, I didn't.
Oh, it's like a whole studio.
Yeah,
They also did Mau Mau, but unfortunately Mau Mau got cancelled.
I'm not gonna shed tears about that one. You can go right ahead.
Uncultured swine!
Eh? We just had the thingy-me-bob problem that it just didn't grab me the way it seemed to grab you. Milo's Murphy's Law, that's the other one.
Yeah. Don't worry, Philippa just has bad taste sometimes. It's like how she keeps going to Game Theory.
I do that for the same reason I watch Eureka. Sometimes seeing terrible science is its own laugh.
You see, you can tell the Pyro's a woman, because women just have tiny heads.
It was actually short fingers.
No, also tiny head.
Don't remember that one, but lol.
Yeah, and it's like, no, it's just a weird cartoony thing.
Yep. Also, what the fuck does it matter?
Game Theory!
Sometimes it's trolling you just for the point of you doing a voice like that. Ah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
The Pokemon March is a banger.
It's fine.
Flapper?
I like the bike theme better.
Yeah, the bike, nothing ever beats the bike theme.
Oh, that's what was it? Strength? Well, yeah, that's strength. I had to give somebody strength. And I think this is like the best normal type move Mr. Fish can get anyways, other than return. So at some point I might just like send him to the move, get strength, get return, but then, until then, strength.
We needed it on somebody.
We're gonna need it in the last gym as well, so I'm not gonna get rid of it yet.
And then we will be.
And then no, we need it on Victory Road.
Yeah, I was about
So
to say.
maybe we make us trip back afterwards.
Ugh.
Yeah, a pain in my ass, but oh well.
So many jokes, so little time. But yes, Mr. Fish is currently being adorable.
No, I mean, that was the other move my Stoutland has. Oh, okay.
Ah,
I don't know how much you need the HM moves in Black 2. I know you basically didn't need them at all in Black 1, and I really like that. I was like, thank you. I'm happy to have them just as extra exploratory things to get like new items and stuff, but not having to use them is really nice. And that was before, I think 2 gens before they decided to just do away with them.
Yep.
I know, right? Yeah. I think that's like the most that anyone's ever yelled at a company to do something until they did it.
And then they had to somehow...
And they did it badly, yeah. Gen 7 is like, oh man, it's a long sequence to get those rides.
Yep. And even worse, you don't get to customize your gear.
That's not worse. That is absolutely not worse.
Okay, but it was a thorn in my crop over it. Like, it just was insult to injury.
I mean, if they didn't give you the lamest possible one,
exactly.
Maybe then people would complain less, but...
I barely touched a tract.
Barely touched a tract?
Hmm?
Oh, right. So you had a tract on that Stoutland, but barely used it. It's nice to have something for an emergency in case you start beating up... Like, start fighting something that is, like, really beating your Pokemon, and you're like, oh, this is, like, really tough to beat. Having something to just be like, bail me up, please, like a tract, is nice.
Emergency eject button.
Plus, it's a TM move, and you don't use up TMs in Gen 5 Plus.
Oh, God.
So...
Okay, there are some really good things that they did in Black and White, too. There are some things sorry, Black and White. I just know that I have a bunch of things that I kick them for repeatedly, and...
For me, it's just 2 things, but they're really major, so...
Yeah. And for me, it's one thing that just stopped me getting any enjoyment. I only used it for some dumb cat Pokemon I gave to an NPC.
Okay.
No, for me,
I'm like, which dumb cat Pokemon, though? There's so many.
I'm guessing a Liepard from the description.
Yes, but it could be like, I don't know, there's like lots of Pokemon, cat Pokemon by that point, and I don't know which ones are in Black too.
Good question. Good question.
Could be Perugly, you don't know. I actually like Perugly.
Perugly's pretty adorable.
I just wish that Perugly, you could find it at like you'd expect it to be like after the first gym or something, but it's like after the 5th gym, and then it evolves at like level 40 or something, and I'm like, wow, that's way too late for the stats you have.
Isn't it Purloin and then Perugly?
Nope. 2 different evolutionary lines. Well, it wasn't Meowth, if that helps. Yeah, people tend to remember Meowth.
Yeah, Meowth's a good one.
Probably
wasn't Cat Rat, because that's good.
That's not a cat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Purloin and Liepard.
Probably not something that is completely contrary to the way you described it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, so, do you know the famous French wolf?
I think it was purple. Okay, then it probably was, like Liepard or Purloin.
Yeah. So
because Purloin evolves into Liepard.
Yeah. Dark-type cat.
Dark types.
Yeah. But...
That one is in the Trashlocke, I think.
The famous, wolf attacks in, like, France.
Famous wolf attacks in France.
Okay, let me pull it up. Attacks. Famous.
God damn it, slow stuff, why are you so fucking slow?
The Beast of Gavardon. Gavardon? Okay, so...
You make it sound like Slavic the way you're pronouncing it.
It's fucking parrot, like...
Yeah, Gavaldon,
yeah.
I don't fucking...
Yeah.
I don't speak French.
But anyway, like, the way
I only speak the bastardized French that is English.
The way people described the wolf, or the suspected wolf, is that they knew it was not a wolf. That was the best description they could give of it. Like,
not a wolf.
It was a wolf, but it was not a wolf.
Oh, you're so sure about what it ain't. How about telling us what it am?
But yeah, that was like, they describe it in terms of things. They're like, claws as long as knives, but not like knives, and like everything they could relate
So everyone
to.
in this village just happened to be absolutely terrible at descriptive prose.
Only a couple of people, like, survived it, so... Ooh, should I say...
It hunts those with good language skills first.
Only a couple of people who survived it were able to see it. Like, it was ambush. It was an ambush predator.
Ah, like the, what's it? I can't remember the name of it now. But the, marsupial lion.
Oh, that thing.
It didn't run. We can tell by the bones it never ran. So it just was up trees and it dropped on things to kill them. And it's related to koalas. And it didn't have, like, proper... It evolved off of herbivorous creatures. Didn't have proper serrated teeth. It had weird, giant bolt cutter teeth.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, looking at the Gen 5 decks, I'm pretty sure it was either Purloin, the baby form, or Light.
They said it was purple. I can't think of another purple cat in Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure Paragly is kind of...
No, it's grey. It's grey and white.
I'm looking it up now, because remember we had the blue-white thing. We did the dress. Glammeow, that was what I was thinking of for its baby form.
Yeah, that's
so that's grey and white. The reason I was thinking Paragly was purple was because it's got purple tinging.
Like pink, best.
That's in its ears.
Just in its ears.
Its tail, or is that a tail?
Its tail is wrapped around its waist, dude.
Those things.
That's its ears, Philippa.
Yeah. And then...
Okay, you're right though, those are purple, but like, that's not the main colour.
Yeah.
You know
but
that.
That's why my brain was putting purple on the thing.
Oh, Slosif, you're like the ugly duckling. You'll get better soon, and then you'll be like the best dude in the entire party. Moon Ice Punch and take down dragons. But for now...
Ooh, its shiny form is purple, I just noticed.
Oh yeah, no, it's like pink. It's like that weird pink that most shiny forms are if you're not green.
But for assistance, Purloin. You know, my handy dandy linkable thing.
Yeah. Jeez, we're getting there. This is the last one that we have to take up 2 levels, then it's just 1 level for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was it.
Formidable teeth, immense tails, according to contemporary eyewitnesses. Most descriptions from the period identify a beast more closely as a striped hyena, wolf, dog, or wolf-dog hybrid.
Weird.
Yep. Victims were often killed by having their throats torn out.
Well, that would be like a wolf.
Yep. And an estimated 610 attacks.
Weird.
Yeah. And it was across a period of 3 years.
Whatever it was, it got a taste for humans. You gotta watch out for that for animals.
Oh, yeah.
Once they're like, these humans brought good food, then they're not gonna stop.
Turns out we're weak and squishy, and animals like
when we're
that.
not, like, murdering everything. Okay, Slosif, Jesus, your hit points are so
I'm
fucking
glad
slow.
that... My brain is like, yes, of course. Good at finding these things out because of retail. Because seriously, when I was back in retail, occasionally people would be like, I have to find a thing and it's flat and it moves, but it's not a plate. And it's like... My best one was something that, that was the explanation I got.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah. It turned out it was yeast.
Okay.
Yeah. The woman didn't have much English, if anything. She knew the word bread, she knew, like, mixing animation and sort of puffing out her hands animation, and we worked it out. It was yeast. And she was very happy that we worked it out.
Alright. There we go. Tentacruel.
Your XP pinatas.
Yes.
Whereas, you know, as much as you get in these games.
Much as you're ever gonna get in this version.
Yep. They ain't no Albino.
Oh boy, there's like no good grinding zones.
Oh, especially once you need to grind for clear. Ugh.
Yep.
It's
always death, yeah. Oh no, we got poisoned.
Ugh, the poisoning.
Means we must retreat to Pokemon Center.
Yeah. It is one thing that I find both curious but really am quite grateful for.
Okay, I guess that's an encounter.
No Pokemon Center for you, only battle. A mechanic in Pokemon Arceus that they've got going on is that you heal your status effects at the end of every battle. Like,
Okay.
not your HP or anything, just your statuses.
Right. Well, honestly, I wouldn't be bothering with the poison, except that it hurts us outside of battle, so it's
Yeah.
going to do way more damage.
Exactly.
They removed that effect in Gen 5, I believe.
Yeah.
I think Gen 3 was the last time you could have a Pokemon faint outside of battle, otherwise in Gen 4 it just gets reduced to 1 hit point.
Yeah. Youngins these days, they've got no idea what it was like running for the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, but then again, they got no idea what it's like to have a Pokemon game that's not like purely curated for them. And
Yeah.
like, you're just plopped from one event to another, and if you try to divert in any way, they're like, no, 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 no. This is what we're doing now.
Stop trying to have independent thoughts, we have a plan for you.
Like, Pokemon, I understand, is a inherently linear game, and even then, they managed to make it seem more linear. It's crazy. And it all started in like Gen 7, like Gen 6 and before, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
People complain about like Unova's wheel map, and I'm like, I'm fine with that. Linear is good,
It's
because
weird,
otherwise you get into
but
this
okay,
situation.
Yeah.
Where you just don't have like
A clear
good.
goal.
You don't have
yeah.
good fucking. It's not that you don't have a clear goal. You just don't have good fucking like levels. You don't have good challenge rating.
Yeah, since you could potentially be anywhere, you have to be able
You could be
to
potentially in a bunch of different places. So the level curve's going to be all over the place. So you end up with that. So it's like, yes, a noble experiment, but failed one. Big
Well, then
question: have you
somehow-
played Lost Silver? I have not heard of Lost Silver. What is in Lost Silver? I've heard of a few ROM hacks, but I've not heard of that one.
Let me go have a look up. Lost Silver game. Okay, the immediate first result is unsettling. So.
One of those ROM hacks.
Yep. Poke Pasta.
Right. What are
I've
those?
played that one actually.
I have a website.
Yep.
Wait, when you say I have a website, are you saying you made this ROM hack? Impressive if so.
If it's the one I'm thinking of.
Well,
No, that's not the one I'm
I'm purely not a programmer, so like any amount of programming is impressive to me. No, okay.
Yeah. That's one of the images to it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Was that the one where you're like,
Sorry.
you can only load the game and then it's got unknown saying like doomed or something?
That's the one I was thinking of, but no, it's
No,
not.
okay, different one.
Different one.
Because yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon ROM hacks out there. The ones I know more are the ones that are for like challenge purposes that people make, because I follow a Nuzlocke that like will try to hardcore Nuzlocke those and drive himself to madness and then do it because
The
he's
fusion one was
really
pretty
good.
cool.
The fusion one, yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah, because it also had a whole lot of stuff.
That wasn't by the guy I
you.
normally follow, but I saw that and
Yeah.
recommends. And I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah. Hit the
Okay.
sweet spot.
Coffee is level 35.
Yay! One.
We got
down.
1 down and we got 5 to go.
Also, weird random fact for the day. Apparently, Subway is really into Korean dramas.
Okay.
Yep. I know.
Is it Subway or just someone on the Subway account?
No, like Subway, they like basically hire a bunch or product place and basically.
Oh, okay. So they put product placement in there. So their marketers are really into putting product placement into.
And apparently, this is just a thing.
At least it means those actors are gonna get fed because, oh boy, I hear bad stuff about the conditions for the actors.
Oh, yeah, I can believe that.
It's like, oh, you get to read the script like maybe 30 minutes before going on, and they've got like insanely long days and nights, and it's like, yeah. You don't get to rest.
Rest is for the paid.
A lot of fucked up shit in Korea, it turns out. Not just the North one.
Yep. Well, there's the whole vampire fan thing, so...
I've never even heard of that. That probably doesn't even crack my top 10.
You don't know about the vampire fan? Well, it's not actually a vampire fan, but basically they believe if you leave a standard household fan running in a room, it eats up all the air and you die.
Okay, that's just a dumb superstition. I'm talking about stuff where they're like, yeah, they have like insanely high like road mortality stuff because there's people driving around exhausted and or drunk because they went to work, drinks after work, and older dudes told them to drink, so you're not allowed to. Oh, anyways, I should probably go now. My tablet's gonna oof. Well, nice having you. Bye.
Yep, stay safe. Have fun.
Come back again.
If you can't sleep, we'll be here for another half hour or so.
Half hour-ish,
Yep.
maybe. However long it takes to be Jasmine for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like...
Stay safe. Yep.
In Korea, apparently, this is famously, if older people tell you to do something, you gotta do it, which means it's like dudes that go to their after-work drinks, and then the elders are like, keep drinking, and then they're like, now you gotta drive me places, and they're like, well, I can't. They're like straight up saying his defenses in court, like, well, I couldn't have refused, he's older than me.
And they're like, oh, you poor thing.
Well, it's at least enough understandable that they thought that would be a defense, you know? So, there's some fucked up shit. There's a lot of high mortality rates from like suicide, car accidents, and all kinds of stuff in Korea. Like, don't get me wrong, there's shit tons of cool stuff about that place, but a lot of it is scary to me.
Yep. And people wonder why I continue to want to live in New Zealand.
I mean, yes, most countries are scary compared to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And even New Zealand has its scary things.
Yep.
Like the housing market.
Like the housing market, that the fucking police is still racist as fuck.
I mean,
not as racist as
I was gonna say, I'd say that they're racist, but not racist as fuck compared to most other polices.
Yeah, and that,
like, I'm not gonna deny that they're racist.
Statement.
Because I know that.
That is a sad statement that you're like...
Yeah, the best, like, police in the world is still pretty racist.
Yep. Are we the best police in the world?
I mean, I haven't heard of a better one.
That's also sad.
I'm sure somebody would be coming forward if they had something better.
Yep.
They'd be like, it's like with prisons where it's like, well, you know there's better prisons out there. Scandinavia has been like, look, here's our cool prisons that actually rehabilitate people and aren't just revenge-based.
Here we go.
Actually solve societal problems. And it's like, cool. And they're like, here's our universal basic income. This solves homelessness. And we're like, cool. The government's still like, we're not going to do that, but, you know... people can see that and be like, awesome, this is how we should be going about it. I have not seen anyone do that for police.
For the universal basic income, that's not what solved the whole homeless thing. It was giving them fucking houses.
Giving them houses helps, but universal basic income actually is like the thing that stops you because you are going to have enough money to get a house now.
Yeah.
Some sort of accommodation. Not like buying a house, but like you'll have the ability to be somewhere. There isn't a lack of houses.
Yeah.
Just a lack of money for it.
I think the duality of like that, get them into a house, they have somewhere to like plan.
Oh, definitely, because like so many, it's like every job application is what's your address. If you don't have a fixed address, they're not gonna look at you.
Every now and again, I have this feeling I should like see about starting up an overnight gym where people can come in and exercise, and there's just a whole bunch of nice showers and the nap room, because sometimes you want to nap after being in gym in a place.
As long as you can pay someone to clean that place up, because that gym, that shower and bathroom is gonna get bad.
Yeah,
I like read about this from like actual people who do that, and they're like, yeah. Okay, so wait. What the fuck have I done?
My generosity outweighs my desire to actually do shit.
Well, that's not really your generosity then, is it?
I do stuff, just not all the time.
Okay, so that's 2 down. Maybe I would have beat Jasmine today. We'll find out.
Oh man, so one of those random Ask Reddit questions I saw was, blind people of Reddit, how did you read this question?
Good question.
And one of the first answers was, I actually dual this account with somebody and they read the things out to me and then that's how I browsed
There's
it.
also like text-to-speech.
Yeah.
Text-to-speech is like a big thing. And although I don't like it like being abused in a lot of ways where it's just like, well, not even abused, but you know, it's like people just put that as their thing in their YouTube and it's like, okay, my YouTube video is nothing but text-to-speech speaking and I'm like, that sounds terrible, I do not like this.
Yep.
But it's like, there's legit people who are like, yeah, I need that text-to-speech because I cannot read.
And in the comments...
Not on a screen.
Yeah. It's one of the comments somebody made about those giant Pokemon cards that I linked the other day was them commenting about how nice it would be for a sort of blind Magic the Gathering player that they might actually be able to.
Oh, they also have those, but they're only really for promotional materials.
Yeah. Well, those were all promotional cards that the kid was playing
People
with.
have done like 3-foot tall Magic card duels before.
Nice.
At cons. It's happened.
Well, they have mana for that.
Yes.
Cool.
They're like, here you go, and like volunteers from the crowd get to be the card. It's like you're holding up this card.
Yeah.
You know?
And of course, once again, I'm thinking of the Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
Yes, the Shadow Realm.
No, not that one. The
deck.
Yeah, the deck.
The Blues Brothers deck. They come in dressed in like shades and suits.
I like that somebody
wielding it like a goddamn coffin.
That somebody's honest observation at the time was, honestly, they're dressed like supervillains. What did we expect?
Yeah.
And yeah, they were dressed like villains from a Yu-Gi-Oh show. So
they didn't look weird enough.
Well, they looked like hired goons.
Hired goons.
You know, the first stage that you have to beat up before you get
Even
to
the hired goons had weird fucking looks.
Really?
Have you seen them? They have weird hairstyles and shit?
Nope.
Okay.
Obviously not recently enough.
I'm like,
Maybe
did you watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
I did, but maybe I'm just conflating it with the Pokemon hired goon.
Yeah, because I'm like, did you watch Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series? So often we'll talk about how these guys have weird hairstyles.
Vaguely. I think I have not watched it through like I have with DBZA.
Well, it's a lot of quality, yes.
Yeah.
Just a shame that ended up being like, oh, corporations have made this form of artistic expression impossible now. Well, not impossible, but so much degraded that the authors did not want to continue. They're like, we would have liked to continue if we could have kept making money, but we'd rather be doing other stuff that is either more interesting to us creatively, because we've been doing this for years, or profitable. So, you know, they probably would have kept going to the end if they could have made a decent bank off of it, but they couldn't because of bullshit DMCA. Fuck you, DMCA.
Like, that was literally a transformative
It's absolutely a transformative work, but because of the way that works and corporate gutlessness and greed,
yep.
Nah.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Me versus copyright law. That's a fun. I told you about that game that occasionally crops up when university students get together called Don't Get Me Started.
Not really.
Okay, so it was a blog post that was talking about it. The game is called Don't Get Me Started, and the joke of the game is that they will give you a topic, your peers will give you a topic, and you have to go on a 5-minute or 2-minute or like however long your house rules decide rant about that and how it's like a conspiracy or crazy or, you know, just be ranting angrily like a Karen whose coupons got expired.
And now, the ranting Swede.
Don't get me started! You know what grinds my gears about being Swedish? But yes,
Nothing super about it. It doesn't fly, it doesn't lift large weights.
And when you call this Superman super, he is not even a man. How do we know it's a man?
Oh, Philippa, you never saw any ranting Swede, did you?
No.
You should have watched Sheep in the Big City. It always ended with a ranting Swede who would just go on a long rant about something completely stupid. Like how the supermarket is, nothing super about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I vaguely remember Sheep in the City, but that's about as much as I can say for it.
Yeah. Good show. Good, not great.
There's one that I always remember existing, but I don't remember what it was, like, literally called.
Okay, we're like free down. This is good news for us getting this done in time.
Where it was, like, basically supposed to be Frankenstein, but obviously not Frankenstein, but a pet shop?
Okay, I don't know this one.
And
this is not ringing any bells for me.
Exactly.
It was a lot of crap, man. What can I say? And a lot of it, like, really did not get played very much.
No. And for some reason, it was like Frankenfurter's Amazing Pet Shop or something like that.
Something like that, I guess.
Yeah. And there was this joke about how...
having like a Rocky Horror Picture Show character in a kids show. They wouldn't do that on the Disney Channel.
Well, definitely not in the States now, or at least not in Florida.
It's okay, Phineas and Ferb is over, they don't have to worry about it.
Yep. Well, Filmberries is over too, they don't need to worry about that there either.
Yeah. Okay, yes. I was going for like the obscure one, and you're like, no, there's a much more obvious one. Right there. Tim Curry's in a million things. It's in a million things.
I'm sad he had a stroke.
It's a shame he had a stroke. He had such a great voice. I mean, obviously I'm sad for him personally, but let's not get parasocial here. I didn't know the guy, but I liked his performances.
And
I've taken to doing that lately because, like, I'm really annoyed at people using the word, like, celebrities using the word parasocial to mean, like, oh, how dare you think that you know me and like my character, even though I'm putting a lot of myself into this work. And it's like, oh, okay, well, let's not get parasocial about it then. If you want this to purely be a input in, output out sort of thing, then if you stop doing stuff that I like, then I just won't watch anymore.
Yep.
And I will tell you that, and I don't give a fuck about your feelings, because you're not my friend, as you pointed out.
I hope that Tim Curry's doing well.
I hope he's doing well, frankly.
Yeah.
Out of just general human kindness, but I just like whenever that comes up, I can't help but think of the whole parasocial aspect and how I'm like, well, I'm just gonna weaponize that against celebrities.
That's cool.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
I'm not parasocializing this. Let's not be parasocial. I'm not your friend. I'm your audience.
That's it. Have you seen the hilarious?
Oh shit, you survived.
But I got paralyzed. Yay. The hilarious thing from you gonna poison? No,
okay, never mind.
Fine.
This was nothing lost. Go on.
A kid, I think it was Tumblr, it might have been Twitter. As you can see, I've come across it third hand. A kid who was reaching out on social media to Neil Gaiman, and the reason for him reaching out was the fact that his teacher had been telling him off for referring to celebrities by their first name in his
why the hell not?
Reports. And the reason was, oh, you don't call an author by their first name, you're not their friend, you know, you call them Mr. Gaiman. Yeah. And I suppose that
that is their first name, that's their primary name.
Yeah. Well, I'd make the argument that once you get to university...
Does that teacher call you Mr. your last name?
Probably.
Because you're not their friend?
Yep. We know it's just a control thing.
Yeah, it's a control thing. This person's just got to be in their bonnet.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, why did I do that?
I don't know.
Why did I think fucking Body Slam was... Oh, fuck it. Oh, that was a critical hit.
Yeah. Well, Body Slam wasn't killing them either. There's the point.
Body Slam might have killed them either, because it's on their much weaker defense.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's my fuck up. I'll pay the price. Good thing Potato has such a good, like, easy XP curve, man.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so their message was like explaining this and was like, Mr. Gaming, can you say that you're my friend so that I can...
I'm sure that he said sure just to piss off that one.
Oh yeah, like, that is exactly the vibe I got from absolutely kid.
And here I thought so, I was like, some kids asking, why is the moon turf? Because the Sandman moon, which is to say, canonically, the DC moon is a turf.
Yeah.
So, be aware of that, folks.
Yeah.
You're in the DC universe. The moon will misgender you.
I'm honestly not sure, because it kind of, like, well, no, it didn't refuse or pass it.
Yeah, the moon absolutely was like, nah, I only take women, go away.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh. But then, like, obviously later on, realizing what Neil Gaiman had done, Neil Gaiman was like, oh, no, I know, the moon's just an asshole. You're a woman. But it's like, oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. But also...
I bet you a lot of people got pissed at that and yelled at Neil Gaiman.
Probably. Because I was trying to think if What's-Her-Face got refused passage because she couldn't menstruate anymore because she hadn't in some time. But then I remembered, no, she traveled the moon way. It was
moon ways.
Yeah. So part of me wonders if that was like an operative thing, but yeah, probably best not to think too hard about that.
Don't think about it, Morty.
Yeah, probably worse the more I think of it. But at least he's kind of... I mean, that's not a great apology, but it's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing, yes. And I'm just remembering because that's just giving me... No, not as much of a jerk as you could have been, awards.
Oh, the EA, we don't want to be the worst company ever in the country again.
Well, then stop being a bad company. And they're like, no, is there any other way we could do that?
Company, I want you to be mentally healthy. Okay, could you pay me more so I'm not always... Can give me some more time off so I can go do things that are not work related? No, we don't mean...
We're just gonna order you to be less mentally unwell.
Yep, that totally works every single time, haven't you heard?
Again, it's like I said, the world is run by marketers who don't have, like, the ability to marketers who have no imagination, and executives that have no empathy.
And between those two, we're all fucked. Less if you've got, like, money...
Let's just fingers crossed for no massive trophic cascade failure because of global warming.
You mean that trophic cascade failure that's kind of starting to happen on the horizon?
In what way, Philippa? You better have something to back that up.
As in, the cataclysmic sort of weather shifts in terms of the El Nino and La Nina cycles that were supposed to not start, like, just looping into each other have started being kind of every year now.
Yep, and how's that?
And that's
is that causing trophic cascade failure? Have you seen things dying off?
I mean, we're starting to get those, like, random wash-ups of massive amounts of dead fish, so I think we're starting to see the edges of the effects, even if we're not...
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't cause the massive trophy. Like, the thing is, you can't really be sure it's happening until it's happened.
Yep.
Because it just goes like that, and it's like, because this died off, then this died off, then this died off, then this died off, and then basically everything's dead now.
Yeah. You can't tell it's trophic cascade until you're buried under the avalanche.
Pretty much. Like... So let's just fingers crossed that doesn't happen because the government of the world is surely not going to fix this problem. They think that they are going to be insured of it.
Yep.
They're literally, instead of trying to fix things, like running through thought experiments of how can I get my security to still obey me and not just kill me when all of society is collapsed and money is worthless.
Yep. Oh, there's also that funny thing of somebody was like, you laughed at me when I said X many years ago that he was just trying to make the Mars project so he could escape Mars. But look at me for this now! Link's latest tweet.
I don't think Musk wants to go to Mars. I think he wants other people to go to Mars and then send money.
Probably.
Like, he just wants to extract wealth out of Mars, and having a company down will mean that he gets to extract 100% of the wealth.
Ugh, God.
And it's not going to go anywhere but into his pocket.
Yep.
Because he'll pay people. they'll have nowhere to spend the money except on its stuff.
I fucking hate company towns.
They're the worst, and the fact that he like actually actively tweeted out his intent to make it a company town without using those terms, but pretty obviously like that's what he was going for. And it's like, wow, either you are really dense, which I doubt, or you just think that enough people don't know what a company town is that this is going to be a good look rather than a bad look.
No,
I honestly think it's the latter. I think he's just like, nah, people don't know about this shit. It's been a couple generations since there's been any company towns. I can just float this idea like it's my own and people will think it's cool.
Given the fact that he honestly seemed to think people would buy if you really like support unions, and all of it, Amazon will collapse. I'm pretty sure he doesn't understand how basically people can fact check real life.
Sorry, now I'm just thinking of the posters that they literally have put up in some companies where they're like, for the amount of union fees you'd pay in a year, you could buy yourself a PlayStation. And it's like, first of all, wrong. Those aren't accurate union fees. Second of all, Homer Simpson for increased wages can buy mini PlayStations.
And less work hours mean time to play PlayStation.
Exactly. I'm so glad that like all of those, like, was it Amazon warehouses or something that was like unionizing, or was it Walmart's? It was one of the big ones.
Starbucks, I think.
Starbucks?
Yeah, Starbucks.
Good on you guys.
Yeah.
Because it's like 40, and like 6 months ago there were none.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, they're
good
having
job.
a rolling thing of unions.
I'm glad that unions are coming back, because we really need them to come back.
Yep.
Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Margaret Thatcher. Fuck you, the guy that was in charge here when that happened.
Yep.
Roger Kinley, or whatever his name was. All I know is Rogernomics, so it was Roger something.
Yeah.
Fuck you, anonymous guy that I don't know who's probably dead.
Probably.
And also John Key.
Yeah.
You don't have much to do with this, but I still hate you.
No, he seemed to be really on that trolley, and he did sell out the one union that's kind of hung on for a long time.
Oh, that's right. No, you're right. He does have something to do with it because he fucked over the the film unions.
Yep. You're welcome.
Specifically making specific legislation in this country pertaining only to the film unions that they cannot do anything that would be worth having.
Yep. So, that said, we did still manage to get rid of 0-hour contracts here for all the fucking good it does.
Yeah, 0-hour contracts are a bad thing. I'm glad they're gone.
Yep. And I love how the companies were just trying to be like, no, 0-hour contracts are perfect. What are you talking about? It means they're free, and they don't have to say yes to hours, except they totally have to.
They do because they want to get money to live.
But also, if you said, wasn't it if you said no to too many hours?
Oh yeah, then they'll just be like, no. This is what Wally talked about in his line of work before he got onto the internet.
Yeah.
He was a game tester, and it would be the thing where it was like, you don't have to, the old, we're not putting a gun to your head excuse, where it's like, it's only optional, but if you don't want to take those extra hours, they'll be like, oh, okay, I guess you're not a team player, and they'll be like, well, Twister, why would I learn Twister? I'm not learning Twister.
Why would we ever hire you?
They're like, okay, well, maybe I just won't give you any hours next week at all. And it's like, okay, well then it's not mandatory, but it's mandatory.
Yep.
Like, you get fucked over and you never get any hours, and you end up leaving the industry if you don't do these things. And unfortunately, because there was always just a new stream of people who were completely ignorant about what the job entailed, who were like hearing that game testing's a good way to get into game design, which itself is a terrible fucking industry. But again, people didn't know. There's enough ignorant noobs out there who have pie-eyed dreams that there was always enough people to replace them no matter what. And that's when you get like the very worst situations for that, where it's like you don't have any rights because your employer knows that there's always going to be someone with the same basic skills as you. And I say basic skills, which is to say the skills that you need to enter the job. Now, they would definitely benefit from having people continue on and get the skills that you obtain through the job, but they don't actually see the value in that, so they never will. So they're fine with churning through.
money, Daniel. It's almost like you're
Was it
paying
Walmart?
for
Was it Walmart that's like realized that it's actually gone through over 60% of the labor base in many areas, and is now therefore like they have these like really stringent policies. Oh, I think it might have been Amazon actually.
One of the two.
It's Amazon, because they're like, yeah, because you can get fired by an algorithm, and they're like, you just had too many infringements, and it's like, and too many infractions. It's like, you never told me about any of these infractions. They're like, too many infractions, go. And then they talk to the manager, and the manager's like, there's literally nothing we can do. We have to stand you down for like 9 months, but please come back then, because we'd love to have you back. Sorry to see you go.
That was Amazon then, yep.
And they've realized they've churned through over 60% of the labor base. Like anyone who could possibly be hired by them for that job. They realize they've gone over 60% of the way through, which means that now there's diminishing returns. If they keep going at the rate they're going, they will have nobody who they can actually employ by like about 4 years.
Yeah. I think it was possibly even less than that in 4 years, was if they
Which is why in some areas where they realize they're like, oh boy, because it's like, it could reduce these problems by, you know, making working conditions better or increasing automation. But Amazon doesn't want to do that.
Yes, that'll cost them profit.
Well, the automation won't, but then they'll have to get people being like, why are you automating? You were a huge employer and now you're automating? That's going to put people out on the street because capitalism's broken. So, like...
But also,
it's lose-lose for Amazon, and now they're actually having to like get to the point where they ignore every infraction, and there's people who just cannot be fired no matter what in these warehouses in certain locations.
I'm kind of okay with that in some ways, given the
that does lead to problems. Like if you rely on Amazon, knowing that your thing may be handled by someone who literally can't be fired, no matter how bad a job they do.
Yeah.
Because they need someone to be there punching in those hours, and managers are really bad at recognizing that a dude who is bad at their job may be nowhere near worth the money you're paying, or even be worth negative amounts of people. Because things get cut and dried and numberified. The amount of work you're doing is not something that's quantifiable. Instead, the amount of hours you are working becomes the thing that everyone points at and looks to. And therefore, it's like, well, this dude does the hours. It doesn't, and they don't look into the fact that this dude is doing a piss poor job the entire time.
And makes it so what?
And may even be making it worse for other people who are doing work. But they don't look into that. Because that's just not something that like their mathematics-based like system is equipped to deal with. So they'll be like, I'll take this guy, he's going to be working hours and hours and hours, as opposed to a guy that does a good job wants fewer hours because, you know, he's got a family or whatever. It's like, or just doesn't want his sanity to be destroyed.
Or his body.
And they're like, well, that guy's a worse worker because even though he does like the work of 1.5 guys, he does fewer hours, and mathematically we have no way of tracking how much work he does, so...
Except they do! They totally do! Because they've got the fulfillment things! They've got those fulfillment trackers!
Yeah, but they, like, make sure everybody, like, does that shit. I don't know how it really works in Amazon, but I've run into a situation. I'm just gonna say, I don't know if this 100% applies to Amazon, but this applies to a lot of jobs where they're like, there's no way of knowing how good a job they're doing. But they are putting in the hours, so, you know... even though they may be doing a shit job, we need somebody to be there for those hours, and that guy is the one who's going to do it.
That when I left my job at the supermarket, they basically had to replace me with 3 different people.
3 people?
Well, more likely 2, but yeah.
Because I know that, like, when my older brother did his job, like, he did his, like, first job outside of, like, family-owned ones was for Holy Bagels. And he literally did the job of 2 people, and I know that because at one point when he sliced his hand open accidentally, they had to replace him with 2 people. They had to get 2 dudes in from other stores to come and fix the problem because he was doing the work of 2 people. Now, fortunately, he had enough contact with the management, and the management had enough control over things, like the lower management, not middle management, not upper management. Lower management, middle management, and upper management are terrible. Lower management are good people. Horribly overworked people, and underappreciated. But anyway, so he had his stuff with... Now, admittedly, there's lower management with the but anyway, he would be able to do things like, you know, be like, well, this is when I'm leaving, I did everything right, you can't make me stay later, because, like, we're in the back of house, you'd have to do the dishes, right?
Yeah.
And front of house was supposed to bring in the dishes, and every time he'd be like, bring in the dishes first.
Yep.
Get all the dishes, bring them in first, so that I can do them all and get out of here on time. They wouldn't do it. And they would just be like, okay, well, we're just going to hang back and fuck around, Ski. Do things whatever way we want. And then hand you a pile of dishes at the end of shift and just be like, well, I'm going. I'm going, but you need to do these dishes. Now, if he had that happen to him, he'd just fuck off, and he knew that his job was secure. Because the management knew well enough. He did the job of 2 people. He was a good worker. He was a good work guy. So he would be able to actually, like, you know,
hold them out of shit.
Yeah, like he was doing better work than anybody else. So if they complain about it, it's like whatever. You know, like he could break a couple of rules because it's like, well, on the balance, we're better off with him than without him. We can't do this petty ass rule flex bullshit to him because we need him. It is much more useful
when you have that power. But yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look. See, I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it is, but Olivine Gem.
I want to say she's got a Magneton.
She's got 2 Magnemites and a Steelix, but I want to know what their movesets are. Nope.
Huh.
Maybe they had them in... Nope, not even in Heart Gold Soul Silver, so I don't know what you're talking about. So they all have Thunderbolt, Supersonic, and Thunderwave and Sonic Boom. Steelix has Sunny Day, Rock Throw, Screech, Ninetale. Okay.
Why does it have Sunny Day?
Because the main weakness, the easiest weakness to Steelix...
Is water?
Is water. So he'll set up the Sunny Day in a vain attempt to not die to it, although it's probably not going to do that much.
Though at the same time, he's also super weak to fighting and also to fire. And if he does Sunny Day, the fire.
Yeah, Philippa, what fire types do you have in this game, by the way? Remind me?
Yes, I know.
There's like, I think a grand total of about 2 to get outside of the starter.
Yep, I know.
So, no, unless you chose the right starter, you won't be doing that.
Yeah.
So,
but also, grass types.
Grass types are neutral here.
Yeah, but it means you can heal more.
Thanks for your help at the lighthouse, but this is different. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Jasmine, a gym leader. Are you steel type? Do you know about steel type? It's a type that was only recently discovered. Some 20 years ago. How may I begin?
You have to wonder what people thought.
Fuck, I didn't move my dudes. That was stupid. Oh well, we can salvage this because they're just going to try and find a bolt right off the bat.
Yeah, probably.
So even though we have Slosive here, we can just switch to Stablis.
And because he's immune, you can laugh!
Yeah.
Laugh so hard!
Thunder Wave. Okay, it doesn't matter. Now, I think Stablis can just straight up
kill them. Yeah.
Take this entire fight on his own as a ground type.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can.
But if things get bad, we can always switch into Slosive or Mr. Fish.
Don't we want to switch into I was about to call him Rocky, because low kick. No,
dude. Iron Tail, Super Fix, Rock.
Oh,
He'd die.
Yeah, you're right.
Iron Tail Mist. Get used to that text.
Oof.
Yeah, that's not a lot because his defense is high. So let's see how much this does to him, and we might have to just switch. We're just going to switch. That is fine. We will switch to Mr. Fish, and we'll just start surfing away.
Fishy, fishy, fishy.
And if that doesn't work, Dragon Rage. Now, Mr. Fish resists this because for some reason, water resists steel. Don't know why, and I don't think water really needed another resist. But there you go. I didn't earn it. I don't need it.
But if they take it away, I'll scream like hell.
As hell. Okay, cool. Now,
yeah.
She only has one Pokemon left, but I'm like, even if she didn't, she would definitely be switching in the Magnemite now.
Yep.
And this is going to be a fucking Thunderbolt for sure. Surely, this will be Thunderbolt.
I'm gonna say Thunderwave just because it's hilarious.
There's the Thunderbolt.
You're right.
I'm not sure why it tried Thunderwave in the first place.
No idea.
You'd think it would have seen the kill, unless the Thunderbolt wouldn't have killed Slosive, in which case, whoo!
Yeah, possibly.
Alright, so now we're level 35. We have like a whole, like, rocket bullshit to go through. We have a whole ice path. and the route leading up to Ice Path.
And that still won't be enough.
It probably won't, but we'll get close, I hope.
That's the hope.
That's the hope. And then grinding some more, I guess.
Yep. And you know, once we finish this, I'm gonna have me some cheese and Marmite.
Okay. Go for it.
Yep. Assuming it.
I don't know how to say this, but good luck. Alright, cool. Well,
yeah.
we have one. And just in time, too. Stream has to end, so thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you later.